Burn the ships. There's no going back. The invite's out if you want to join. What up, Fiend Dog? TMT's main if you want to jump in. Give it a second, see if we get some folks in here. 2025 is gone. The you of yesterday is gone. Burn the ships, don't go back. What up, Fiend Dog? Your mic is hot, Fiend Dog.
What's happening? Well,
Taking my last walk of the year. What are you doing? Sound like you're underwater.
I was sorry, I had the whole YouTube thing going at the same time there.
Oh, yep, you gotta
I just muted it.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here, just eating some what do you call that? Honey mustard pretzels and everything. Pretzels with some squirt cheese and drinking a couple beers.
There you go. That's way to.
Just got done baking a bunch of chicken and some macaroni and cheese.
Sweet.
Can just spend the night in the house here, you know. It's amateur hour out there.
Yeah. I'm home for the night. Not going anywhere else. Get done with this walk, take a shower, and then scrunch up some grub and crack a couple cold ones myself.
I got a bottle of champagne waiting for a little bit later. If I'm up, if I'm not up, I'll drink it in the morning for breakfast with mimosas.
All the pinkies up, Sophia. One hand's just all pinkies.
It's cheap champagne though. It was only like $20 for the bottle.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best kind of hooch is cheap hooch.
I do like a good old fashioned bottle of Dom Perignon though, man. That's good stuff.
I'll take your word for it.
But I don't feel like spending $150, $200 on it.
You and Justin keep putting pictures of like your 5-star dining, and I'm jealous. But I sure like my ground beef slop bowls.
Ground beef is good.
So I've been leaning into. I'll do a pound of ground beef in the pan, kind of seasoned, but just neutrally. Not leaning one culinary direction or the other.
I like it too, man. That's good stuff.
Had another one with peppers and onions for lunch. One put aside. I was gonna make the kiddo his favorite meal as of late for dinner, but when I got home, he had already had fast food, so got sandbagged on that front. But that's all right.
Oh well.
Yeah, they leave in the morning, be gone for several days. So I went ahead and we broke the news to him last night and set him down and explained it all.
That sucks.
Yeah,
That's
that
hard
guy
on
got.
the kid.
In its own way, it's hard on everybody, but yeah, especially him. He's the real casualty in all this. But
How old is he?
still, not yet a teen.
Okay, got it. That's gonna be very hard. Yeah,
But,
it's like my parents divorced when I was in my late 20s, I think it was, and was it late 20s or early 30s? Late 20s, and that affected me major.
yeah,
And I was mature enough to understand.
there's no right age to have your family severed. And
It made me hate my mother for a long time,
yeah,
which was not right to her. Now that I'm older, you know what I mean? So I hope that doesn't happen with you guys.
no, I don't have any control over how he feels. I can explain stuff to him, but we agreed to not speak negatively of one another, and told him if he had any questions to ask. So
Yeah, let him ask the questions and be there as a father that you always been. That's it.
I went ahead and moved a truckload of stuff out this morning, or out this afternoon. I was going to do it this morning, and I got sandbagged.
That sucks.
But it's hard to.
Where are you moving to?
Immediate short term back in folks.
Okay, I got you. All right, at least you have them there for you to do that.
Yeah.
Move everything in storage, move in there with a few things.
Yeah, and it's a big humble pie to eat. But
yeah, I'm sure they're just happy to be able to help you.
yeah, as much as I can. And it'll be, at least for a little while, it'll be mutually beneficial. But it's going to add some time to my commute every day. I'm not looking forward to that. It'll add at least an hour every day.
Well, it's either
Maybe.
that or you sleep in your car outside and freeze to death.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm not complaining. I'm just that realization today, driving over there. Damn, it's gonna. Anywho, I think we'll get along at least for a little while.
I hear you. It's a bummer, man. I feel bad for you. You're one of the good ones.
Anyways, out with the old, in with the new.
Oh yeah, hopefully it's a great year. I'm dealing with some shit in my life right now too, which sucks with my my wife's stepfather being just diagnosed with a major case of liver cancer, and we're a mess. I know that guy longer than I know my wife too, which is funny. It's just a big bummer, if you know what I mean.
I'm sorry.
She's all freaking out today. She's having a bad day, and I'm trying to just be, And even if I'm freaking out, I don't let her know if I'm freaking out either. Just the way I was raised. You're a man. You keep everything to yourself.
Mm-hmm. But you can only internalize all that stuff for so long. It becomes corrosive.
It sucks.
and it eats you up.
Yeah, it makes you start drinking Budweiser.
If I had learned that lesson sooner, maybe I could have done things different. But
Yes. There's with certain things that you're talking about, like with relationships, yes. Talk about instead of let it eat you up inside till it turns into negative energy. So I saw you guys had a big chat last night, huh? And I missed it.
yeah, it went for quite a while.
I fell asleep at like 7:15 last night. Woke up, saw the chat, turned it on, fell back asleep. Woke up, you guys were ending it. I'm like, oh, and then I couldn't fall back asleep till like 1.
Dang, you should have jumped in the Discord. I was up till like 4:30 my time.
I didn't even think of it. I didn't even think of going to the Discord.
Yep, we're going till midnight tonight, baby. Not this live stream, but
Discord.
There, or whoever's got a live going that'll drop links. Justin should be here.
If you know anything about that, drop links in my message in Discord or whatever.
Yeah. Just had my second 5-hour energy and decided rather than be pissed off about being sandbagged for my dinner plans, I said I'll take a walk. So here we are.
Nothing wrong with taking a walk. It's good for you and it helps you think. It's like a lot of people think it's weird that I'll go out in the woods around here somewhere and walk about 5-6 miles with 50 pounds of gear and a pack on my back.
Right on. You're strong, boy. I could use your help today.
I do that to help me keep in shape. And I enjoy just going out and seeing nature, and I got stuff in the pack in case something happens, if I fall or this or that, if I got to stay out there, you know. And I got my fishing pole, so always strapped there if I find a lake, try to fish.
Yeah.
Or if it's hunting season, I'll have my shotgun with me. I don't know, I'm a weirdo.
It's requisite to hunt, yeah. Man, I could have used your help today. Not to toot, so I don't have a house, let alone two like TMT, but I have a lot of ammo. That was most of what I moved today.
Well, that's who.
I'm tired.
That's heavy.
It was.
That is heavy. It adds up. And you probably have a lot more than I do.
All those cheap MREs we got last year while they were on sale. Or was that earlier this year? Hell, I don't even remember anymore.
Dude, MREs are fucking dirt cheap right now.
Okay. Maybe it was back in the spring. I can't remember. Whenever we all...
I think it was springtime. But right now, they're even cheaper than they were in the springtime. I sent that link in the TMT's general right there about the My Patriot Supply, and no one even acknowledged it. But they have a lot of great deals right now. It was the end of the year blowout sale.
There you go.
But I know you're not going to be spending anything on that. You got things you got to take care of.
Yeah, I'm not really acquiring any stuff right now. Even if
you got more important things to take care of. You got to get your a security deposit saved up for and find a place. And or a down payment to buy a place, whatever. They're already letting off the big fucking mortars around my house here, these people. It's funny.
You saw the fireworks display at the Sydney Opera House, didn't you? Or no, that was New Zealand that I saw. Okay. Yeah, you know, because New Zealand's like 14 hours ahead or something of the United States.
Come midnight here tonight,
13
where
hours.
I live, it's gonna sound like a like Vietnam, and the sky's gonna be lit up, sound like Vietnam. It's gonna sound like a war zone.
That'd be cool. Speaking of Vietnam, you've heard Clint Smith's story about his first week in Nam, haven't you? Like first, I don't know, 48 hours
Yeah.
when he got there. He was a replacement, and they put him out on the wire or whatever in Foxhole pulling his first fire watch, and he thought he heard something, so he taps on the guy next to him to sleep. Goes, "Hey, I hear something." He's like, "No, you don't." Go back. So he sits there a little while longer, staring off into the darkness, and he thinks he hears something again. He taps on the guy's shoulder, wakes him up, says, "Hey, I definitely hear something. There's something out there." He's like, "No, you don't. You're just imagining things." And this area that they're out on, it's was jungle the day before, but it had all been napalm, so it's just like
Hmm.
scarred tree trunks and ash. And finally, he's like, "I know, I hear something." So he gets that grenade out, pulls the pin, heaves that thing in the direction where he thought he heard something. Bow! That grenade goes off, and everybody on the line comes alive. Just mag dumps everything they got, the belt feds, and everything. And some senior sergeant or whatever, first sergeant or gunny or somebody, I don't remember the rank that he said, comes down the line. Who the fuck threw that hand grenade? He said he tucked that that grenade pin down in his blouse. He said, and then right there in that moment, I got all my tax dollars for my whole entire life. Come daylight, morning break, they start stepping off to clear the area. Didn't find nothing. They shot all those thousands of rounds of ammo in about 45 seconds and didn't kill nothing.
No. Yeah,
You
man.
just imagined it.
The woods at night are spooky, and especially if you're at war with somebody, I'm sure they're even spookier.
He was fresh in country too.
Yeah. Like I tell everyone, that's why I couldn't be a drug dealer. I'd be a fucking scared fucking little shit, fucking thinking everyone's a narc.
That's in town though. That's like a different kind of scared. What it is, you've just got a good moral compass and a strong like a guilty conscience or whatever.
Yeah, I do. I got that. I
It's
got
not.
that Catholic Irish guilt.
I don't know if I have that, but I do have it churns in me. I couldn't be a bad person. I mean, a truly bad person. It would get me too. It not me.
I'll be bad to you if you're bad to me first. No problem.
Happy New Year's Eve, show and tell.
But I
Bad
tell you
dream.
what,
What up?
the more I lived and more I watched stuff, I think the Amish are onto the best thing in life.
Maybe, I don't know. There's a dark side to every dreamy looking.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know there is bad stuff because there's bad people in their community too. But they're living off the land. They're not sick like all of us are all the time.
Yeah.
They're left alone for the most part until they come into town. And then they're a spectacle, which I get. But I don't know. I'm starting to think there's a lot to that right there.
Somebody's cooking something good. I can't make out exactly what it is. My nose is just cold enough. It was my mistake switching into shorts, but I was sweating coming home.
You can't be in shorts right now. It's 2 degrees out here. It sucks.
It's below 50 now. Like I said, it was my mistake coming home changing into shorts. I grabbed a windbreaker before I walked out the door. But My knees and my knuckles are cold.
It's been blowing 40 to 65 miles an hour at 20 something degrees for the last 24 hours.
Jeez,
Sucks.
that's what you get for living in the Northeast.
It's unnecessary roughness.
Any of y'all want to jump in? Tell us what you're doing tonight, or your hopes, dreams, aspirations, or wishes for 2026. There's a link in TMT's general Discord.
My
That
plan
is
for
already filtered.
2026 is I'm gonna come June 1st. I top out as a journeyman in the IBEW Local 400, and it's gonna forever change my life. I could travel the whole country in all 50 states and even Canada to go work and make money, and still get my pension and all my benefits.
That'd be pretty tits. You'd be set.
I
As long as you
mean,
don't,
no,
as long as you don't murder anybody or
yeah.
just refuse to come to work.
No, I'm the asshole that's old school because I'm 45 years old that I show up to work no matter how sick I am, no matter how hurt I am. I'm still there. I still do my job.
What up, Crashing Kev?
I sit there in the morning contemplating for 35 minutes if I should call out or not, and I can never and I said, fuck it, I'm going to work.
Yeah, I'm normally that guy too.
I'm a weirdo.
The weather this winter may keep me from showing up there a day or two because
Well, yeah, if you got snow, if it's actively snowing and there's snow covered roads, I'm not going to work. Plain and simple.
yeah, there's no single day's wage worth fucking up the car. So either of
So
them.
far, we've gotten 8 to 9 inches of about 9 inches of snow and 1.5 inches of ice so far this year.
We've not had anything yet, but it has to
In the
be.
last
Threat
week
of
and a
it
half.
has to be bad before the state starts doing anything about the main roads,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the city municipal road departments and county road and all that. Like basically, you have to be 2 days into it before they ever get caught up. Like everybody prioritizes main roads and then branches off from there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, well, you're down there in what, Arkansas?
yeah,
You guys
And
do
our
get some bad weather, but you don't usually get a bunch of it, right?
nah. we don't really get snow. Like last year was the exception. That was the first real snow.
Because I know Kansas is covered in snow every year.
Like that's the second time we've had like true snow accumulation worth mentioning in my lifetime. We got some good snow when I was like 2 or 3. Yeah, 3 going on 4. Because I got to play out in that, build a snowman with some older cousins and stuff. And I was little. And then last year we got like 8 or 9 inches overall. Over about a 30-hour period.
Well, a few years ago, I'm used to getting, let's see here, the biggest amount I've gotten in the one snowstorm here in Jersey on the Jersey Shore was 42 inches in 24 hours.
Yeah. We're not built for it here. Of course, what usually shuts us down is not the snow, it's the sleet and ice that accumulates.
Yeah.
The bridges freeze, and then if it's been below freezing for several days, so the ground is good and cold, our frost line is not real low. So it starts affecting everybody's utilities and stuff.
Hey, Justin B's in the back chat.
Yep, and we got Bad Dream on stage.
What's going on, guys?
What's happening?
You doing all right, guys?
What's up,
Get
party
that last
people?
walk of 2025 in.
There you go. There you go.
Damn, I was just on my last walk, and my son decided to bolt one way, and my daughter decided that she wanted to go the other way. So I was like, okay, let's see. The boy's older, so he'll understand. So I pushed him on into the grass so he would eat shit, and then tripped over his scooter and fell on my sidearm. Yeah, that fucking feels great, by the way. Like the one time I decided to carry at 6 o'clock or whatever, freaking on the side, got me.
6 o'clock, like smaller back.
No, yeah, no, that's why I just did the math. Their side. 6, 1, 2, 3, 3 o'clock,
Yeah, right hip.
2:30 ish. Yeah,
See, trip mate shit.
got me right in the love handle.
Well, I bet you know what'll take that pain away tonight.
I just cracked one open.
Cool.
What are you drinking?
Yielding,
Hot dog water.
yielding for now. Yes, my boy. What do you need? Huh? Go for it.
You know, I don't think ACR is going to be doing any drinking tonight the way it sounds.
Why's that?
Him and I talked today. Him and I had a phone call today. He's going to cool off for the night, he said.
Getting too much. But his wife's
Yeah.
put him on the restriction.
That's probably what happened, you know.
She said, "You're mine tonight."
I think I'm gonna drive out there after New Year's and see him.
Sweet. Yeah, if he gets serious about tacking down those plans for springtime, Lake Washita, New Year.
I'll hook up the toy. I'll hook up the toy hauler and the 2 kids and drive my happy ass out.
You know, you can't probably.
Whoop, we went robot-y.
Is Bad Dream from Missouri?
No, I'm from Alabama.
All right, it's the same thing.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's all. I was gonna
It's not
say.
the same thing.
I was gonna say like freaking from Kentucky all the way down to Alabama, all the way back up to like West Virginia. It's all the same shit.
Yeah,
It's all
You
the same
Yankees act
shit.
like we're all uneducated, but fuck y'all suck at geography.
it's,
No, he sounded his accent sounds like these guys I'm working with that are from Missouri.
Well, you know, in a way, I probably do. It's a Southern accent for sure.
I know it's not a Kentucky accent. I know it's not a Florida, Georgia, Carolina.
Yeah, all those sound like real plastic compared to like when you start getting into like the deep shit.
Yeah,
And
we're
I
deep.
know
We're deep down here now.
a
Yeah.
New Mexican accent sounds. They talk very slow, almost like they're from like Washington State.
Right. God, I'm glad I don't live in
Dum-dum-dum.
Washington State.
That's all. I don't know, man. I'm up here in Jersey, and I hate every second of it.
Damn, y'all got the fucking Grinch lives up there and rules y'all. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, but it actually is a beautiful state when you get down to everything. But it just sucks the way we're governed,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and the cities are terrible.
Yeah, they really do know how to make a beautiful fucking place really suck.
It does. They
They
do.
they really know how to do that in this country. Like I've been to some really beautiful places with some shitty fucking laws, some absolutely batshit crazy laws.
I mean, you know, Colorado just started with their starts after New Year's their assault weapons ban.
Yep. And Colorado was on one of my watch lists for like, you know, like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago when I first started looking into other states, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I slowly watched. I was like, ooh, yeah, nope.
No, Colorado's
Nope.
a strong no.
Now they are, but that only happened like since the bid.
Oh,
I mean, but how
the
long
last
has it been
6
since the
years.
bid? Like 5 years.
The last 6 years. Yeah, 5-6 years.
It's very going
It's actually
downhill.
been worse. I'm sorry. This has been happening since 2013. Colorado's turned to shit.
Yeah.
It has.
I mean, goddamn freaking Hawaii, who had no 2A up until recently, they're getting fucking better compared to goddamn a lot of other states are going to shit,
It's the
and
we're
they didn't
in
even
Col-
have 2A.
What ruins
Now-
Colorado was legalizing weed. 'Cause it brought all the
Yeah.
shit bags from across
Well,
the
what
nation.
well what ruined them was them dumping all the fucking illegals there too.
Oh, that's all they did was dump a fucking
They've
legal there.
they've always had them there though. That was not what killed it. It was the legalization of marijuana that brought in all the white liberal people.
Yep.
Brought the rich ones that vote for that shit, and brought the poor ones that just couch surf.
All the New Yorkers and Californians moved in.
Well, you know, Texas got flooded with a bunch of Californians.
Texas is purple now, about to turn blue in the next
Even-
4 years.
Even Florida got a lot of fucking Californians too.
They
Like
have.
Everywhere
Florida got a lot too.
Florida's
know
all New
Arkansas has
Yorkers and
been-
New Jerseyans.
Yeah,
Arkansas was the number one state to relocate to in 2024.
Well, before this last election cycle with the mayor bullshit, like they were finally all starting to move back out of Florida, back up to New York, because during COVID they all fucking sprang down here because we were the last ones open.
Yep.
So they all fucking sprang down here, and they've all been slowly migrating back. And then Dum Dum got elected mayor or whatever, and now they're all fucking running back again. And I'm like, God fucking damn it!
You know, the good thing about where I live at is the laws are good down here.
For now.
For now, doesn't mean it will be in the future. I mean, you know, what a lot of people don't know, when Clinton and all them were in office, we were basically a state that had been shut down. If we would have had, our governor was Democrat. Big unions here in the state of Alabama at that time. And then it swapped over. You know, it swaps over about every 10 to 15 years. You know, Democrat and Republican run states.
Well, the Democrats and Republicans also changed their fucking point of view every fucking
Yes.
5 years.
I mean,
You know, when they were all for something 5 years ago, you know, like 5 years goes by and all of a sudden they're totally against it and the other side's for it.
it's like
No
that
more peanut
woman.
butter.
It's like that woman running for House. She's got a, what do you call it, when Middle Eastern, when they have to wear the thing, the women's have to wear the thing over their
Hijab.
face.
With the Bob.
Yeah. And she's uncontested and running from a Republican seat, and she was Democrat the previous time.
Well, that's what Donald Trump was.
Yep.
All's fair.
Exactly.
Donald Trump was a lifer Democrat. I've had to deal with him up here in Jersey, influencing laws all my life. And how many companies he bankrupted on purpose and this and that and never fucking paid them for building everything. He's an actual piece of shit.
Oh,
It's not a new tactic. It's just blatant
No.
this time. Continue.
I agree with you, Lawfully. It's not a new tactic. This is what's been going on for a long time.
Yeah. And people forget. I mean, I voted for Trump 3 times too. Don't get me wrong, but I still think he's a piece of shit.
You know, I'm tired of having to vote for the lesser evil.
Well,
You know,
get out there
Amen.
and start running.
They fucking men.
yeah.
Well, you guys need to start getting out there and running for offices and making a name for yourselves if you don't have too many skeletons in your closets.
Oh, listen, these guys that are running have tons of skeletons. They proved that, and they still get in. I mean, the Lizard King. If you're part of the slithering lizards, you're in. You know, it's just bullshit. I agree.
I don't know about lizards, but I got a worm.
Yeah, they slither around like lizards, though, man. They're snakes.
Lizards crawl around; they don't slither.
Well, you know
It was a
what?
TMT. Y'all don't be so literal. It was a TMT joke, but he's not here.
Okay. My bad.
You know,
You
they
were like,
are lizards.
"Oh,
They're
baby."
lizards without legs, guys.
They're all cold-blooded, sneaky ass little shits.
Yep, they
Yeah.
are.
At the end of the fucking day.
You
I mean,
know,
like what ruins where I live right up here is the I-95 corridor, the major cities.
Reptiles are reptiles.
that's exactly right.
The major cities that if you have any decency, you don't even want to step foot in because how fucking scuzzbag they are and how you're risking getting raped or fucking robbed, win all the elections for some stupid reason here.
You know what? There's the cities that a lot of people live in. I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't go out in public without some kind of soft armor on underneath my clothes.
Somebody's getting some major feedback.
I don't know
That
who
was
it is.
probably me. I had my hand over my microphone. Sorry. Is it better?
I had to get on my phone this time. I tried it on my iPad last time I streamed with y'all, and it didn't work out too well.
Don't get me wrong.
It sucks.
I walked around up here in the major cities of Newark and Camden and all that where the color of my skin is the wrong color and nothing's ever even come close to happening to me, but I don't suggest doing it.
See, I'm tired of that being an issue.
Yeah. Totally agree with you, Lawful.
Just go back to being colorblind and don't let your fear direct your bias, like be prepared, especially as much as you're legally allowed to be wherever you're at.
Yes.
But we're not going to heal this shit by all grouping up by race. Like we can't treat this like it's federal prison.
Well, that's how it is, though. That's the real world. That's how everybody is. All races are like that. Races are going to stick with races, plain and simple. Whites are going to stick with the whites. Blacks are with the blacks. Hispanics with the Hispanics. It's just natural born instinct, and it's always going to be that way.
And I understand, but you as an individual can choose to rise above that.
Yes.
And I'm not saying tempt fate and like walk through a crowd of people looking to whoop your ass because you're white. But like, I'm not saying don't look for threat indicators, but quit making skin color immediately a threat indicator. We can all choose to.
It is though.
We can all choose to change that.
It is though. That's just the truth. It is plain and simple.
It's geographical too.
You don't go out at nighttime in certain cities if you're white. Plain and simple.
It's geographical too, and you can call that what you just said.
At least up here in the Northeast, you don't do that.
If you're going out where the hood rats are at, don't go out where the hood rats are at. And there's white and black hood rats, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, there is. There is. I know that for a fact.
And Birmingham, where I live at, it's the hood rat capital of the state of Alabama. And there's murders almost every day in there. And you know what? It's mixed. It's between white, black. It doesn't matter there. If you're out at certain times in those certain places and you have a big homeless population there, you're going to run into trouble. If you have a big immigrant population, which, is surprisingly big down here in Birmingham, they were drove out of a big city called Hoover, and the Hoover residents basically drove them out the last 5 years, and they had to move to Birmingham. And now Birmingham's gotten 5 times worse because of those situations.
I've gotten like really close to being in physical altercations multiple times in like since I moved to Florida. Right. Just based off of the color of my skin, because people assume that I speak Spanish, and when I look at them, I go, I don't speak Spanish, and they're like, why not? What do you mean, why not? Yeah. Oh, that made me want to punch you in your shit. What do you mean, why not?
Yep. See, my wife.
You racist motherfucker. Like, just because I'm brown doesn't mean I'm fucking Hispanic.
Exactly right. And what's crazy is my wife was a Spanish teacher at a local high school here where I live at. Okay. And she went to several other countries to learn Spanish, so she could teach, and she's a redhead, and you wouldn't, it'd shock you when Spanish comes out of her mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, and it's like I grew up in a household that spoke spoke broken English with Filipino mixed in, and guess what? Filipino is awfully close to Spanish, so I can
Yep.
understand what you motherfuckers are saying. I just choose to not stand here and speak it because I feel retarded.
Yeah, exactly. And
Well, like that don't mean I don't understand what you're saying.
exactly right.
Like now, if you were broke down on the side of the road or something, I'd probably use it to try to help you out or something because I'm not a piece of shit. But like
Right.
the one, like that was literally one of the instances. It was like, our work truck broke down on the side of the road, and the guy pulls up and he's like, "¿Qué pasó?" I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "¿Qué pasó?" And I'm like, "What did you say?" And then he says in English, he's like, "What's the matter?" I was like, and I started talking back to him, and then he started speaking again in Spanish, and I was like, "Sorry, bro, like I don't speak Spanish." And then he was like, "Why not?" I was like, "Bro, you need to fucking go right now. You need to fucking leave. You don't need
Yeah.
to be here. You need to fucking leave because I'm gonna get out this truck and I'm gonna punch you in your shit. You're
See,
ignorant as fuck."
that's
Well,
profiling
just
your language.
clarify that you're not Hispanic.
Well, I mean, even if I was, so that doesn't mean that my parents taught it to me. Like I know
I
plenty of
understand.
people. Like I'm like what, third, fourth generation here.
I'm just
Like
trying.
and
I'm trying to
you
arm
know.
you with verbal judo, like
All I
Yeah.
gotta tell
control.
you is your verbal judo does nothing when you're up here in the real shit in the real cities, like up here in the Northeast. It means nothing. You stay
I
away from
mean,
those people, plain and
it's hard
simple.
to,
Because they
yeah,
don't like you,
it's hard
we
to
don't
use
like
verbal
them, and we
judo
stay
against people that
away.
are ignorant. It's hard to use verbal judo against people that are just so freaking ignorant.
You go to Newark, New Jersey, you don't go and deal with those people because you're just going to get shot or stabbed.
More than likely stabbed there because that's been the
Not
incident here lately.
not New Jersey. New Jersey, you're going to get shot. Even though we have the
But
strictest gun laws in the nation, you're still going to get the shit shot out of you.
yeah, no, there's more Republicans in New
It's
Jersey.
just ball ammo.
Yeah, that's right. There's just ball ammo. It's gonna go right.
Yeah. Still, I don't want to get hit with ball ammo in my gut.
No, you're good. I just had to get that jab in there. You can't have hollow points.
You know, just shoot it. Just shoot them in the
We can
dick.
have them if they're a polymer tip, though.
Can't tourniquet
If
a
they're
tank.
polymer tip, we can have.
Yeah, that's right. You can't tourniquet a tank. That's right.
Shit. My wife can take a polymer tip. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm too afraid of that.
Silicone.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. You can make yourself larger at that point, you know.
Or I can always
got
ask
one of
you to
them-
ship
you
me.
got one of them rubber
I can always
erasers?
ask you to ship me yours. I know you got a spare.
I got a spare one for sure, you know. You know,
Like
to
those
make
calf
a video-
erasers you put on your pencil.
Well, I did a video, ACR inspired.
It was
it.
a great fucking video, man.
Do what now?
That was a great fucking video, man.
I appreciate it.
What a hell of a debut. Because that was like pretty much your debut, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd done a few videos up till then, but nothing like that.
That was the first one I ever seen.
And ACR and I talked about it, because we always talk about Johnny Depp mouth-fucking aliens, and I told him what I was going to do, and him and I collaborated a little bit, on it.
Oh man, okay, that's a big reason right there. So he instigated it. He
instigated
played
it.
devil's advocate with it. Yeah.
That's right. Look at the one we did on Night Vision. You think that's
Yeah.
funny?
Oh man. You guys really do know how to make a not so great evening into a fucking really good one. I was all pissy at the rolled up until about 20 minutes ago.
We're just getting started.
They got all this football on TV, and I'm like, no football tonight. There's something else. I don't want to watch fireworks tonight. I don't want to shoot fireworks tonight.
I'm probably not even gonna, like, I normally every 4th of July and New Year's, like, because every couple of years I buy a couple pallets worth of stuff because I know one of my buddies is a big distributor. He's a vice president of a company, so like I get like below cost on shit, but I'm like, I might not even do it. Like I just gave my kid half of a melatonin. Like I'm probably gonna let them both pass out and I'll sit out here on the deck and watch one of the resorts go up and fucking suck down New Zealand's and bullshit on the YouTubes.
You know, I'm starting to have more fun doing this than I am even watching TV, guys. I don't even watch TV anymore.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had TV in over a decade.
You know, I've become to hate TV. Football is some fucked up shit itself. I used to be a big football watcher. What, 10 years ago? Mm,
I've been over football for about 10 years. That's
yeah,
funny. Yeah. Like I've been like completely like even when I was working at the bar, still going to the bars and shit, like the games would be on, I'd just be like, yeah, give me another drink. I'll go play pool or something, throw darts, like just not even giving a shit about it.
and see, I was a college athlete too. I mean, I went to college
Wow.
on scholarship. Out of high school,
Well, I got
and
two cousins that were pro too, so like I grew up around it all, but and like I really, I really did enjoy it, but
yep, I played college baseball. Local college down here in Alabama, Jacksonville State.
that's a boring ass sport right there, man.
You know what? I enjoyed it because I caught, and basically you call the game. You're not sitting out in left field going, with my thumb up my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, staring at the butterflies going by.
Yep. I'm making calls on every pitch. I'm making calls on if he hits the ball, and we're directing.
Well, I mean,
Whether,
even from like a
yep.
spectating point of view with baseball, I feel like the only way I could get into it is like if I really cared about like five or six players. So then
Yeah.
that way, like every couple of like rounds or turns or whatever, like pitches or batting when you go up to bat or whatever,
Yeah.
like then it'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, pucker up and pay attention. Like I like this dude. You know,
Yep.
like
Well,
some shit like that. Like, but I mean, I also find soccer and hockey boring as fucking. Those are nonstop. So,
yeah. I mean, it's like back and forth. You better be in shape to play soccer, brother.
oh yeah,
As much
um,
running they're doing.
the 1 year that I did a football in school,
Hmm.
I did soccer on off season just because it kept the cardio up, and freaking then that's when I realized I was like, yeah, you're better off being a junior lifeguard and paddling canoe, because you
You know what?
fucking
If you're a
contact sports.
lifeguard, you get to see all the hooch being a lifeguard.
Oh, and trust me, oh, we did as junior lifeguards. Oh, we did.
Yep. You're just on hooch patrol at that point.
But they freaking they ran us. They ran us hard, man. Run, swim,
Yeah.
fucking like it was like we knew the beach like the back of our hand, and we knew exactly where the rip tide started, and they'd be
Hmm.
like, jump in, and get to the other side of the reef, go. It'd be
To not be
fucking
interested in sports, I am in the gym every damn day at 4 a.m. when it opens. And I'm still not interested in sports, but it doesn't mean you have to be, physical fitness is not a sport,
you're just into not being a fucking slob that's gonna fucking die prematurely.
Exactly
It's long,
right.
Like,
it's longevity, it's quality of life.
Yep. I went, there's pictures, and I'll forward some pictures on on Discord, guys. But 5 years ago, I weighed 390 pounds.
Damn.
that's crazy, dude. Yeah, when you told me about that, I was like, God damn.
Yep. And now I weigh 199 today when I weighed in at the gym.
Sure. I go.
And I'm gaining weight back, and it's not bad weight. It's starting to be muscle weight.
Yeah. I mean, I go up and down a lot. Like I'm heavy again, and like I know I can drop it. It's just dedicating the time to freaking do it.
Yeah.
Like but it's like freaking like I fluctuate massively, like by like 70, 80 pounds,
See, I
and
don't.
it's like
My problem is it's all about eating healthy. I'm on supplements, of course. Yeah, a lot of men are. I take a lot of creatine. I take a lot of stuff, but nothing illegal, nothing it's all natural stuff. But I had to cut the crap out, man. Pizza rolls, pizza, all that crap. I don't eat bread anymore. I don't eat sweets anymore. I don't drink drinks anymore.
I have noticed though. I have gone from like gaining weight to not gaining weight, even as much as I drink. Just basically by just like all I eat is rabbit and chicken. That's all I eat.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
once in a while I'll eat some beef. But like all I eat is like rabbit and chicken. I don't fucking like. I'm like maybe I'll have a half a handful of noodles if the kids are having spaghetti for the second time that week because that's what the hell they want. I'm like maybe I'll have but it's
I eat a ton of steak. I eat a ton of chicken. I eat a ton of fish, and I eat I eat five. I eat 300 grams of protein a day, and that's a lot of protein.
yeah it is.
Mm-hmm. That's why you're
And
putting on muscle.
Yeah, there's especially
yep,
for somebody of your weight. That's a
yep.
lot. That's a lot. And then on top of that, if you're taking protein and creatine on top of that too,
Oh
like
yeah,
that's freaking that's filling up that belly, man. It
Well, you
really
have
is.
to eat, what is it, 1.5 grams of protein per pound of,
it is.
I can't remember if it's total mass or if it's lean mass.
And it has to be staggered out correctly too.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it has to be like my brother-in-law. Like my brother-in-law is he's a sponsored like bodybuilder, whatever the fuck it is. Like I don't know. Like he's got a couple of sponsors and shit. And like when his watch beeps or his phone beeps, he's like he turns and like he stops what he's doing. And he's like, time to eat. I'm like, gotta feed my muscles. Like,
Yep.
all right, bro.
And that's what
I
I
still
view
kick
it
your
at.
ass, but all right, bro.
That's what I view it at. But having these muscles, having a physique doesn't mean that you're a badass. Y'all need to be doing other things too. I mean, you know what's funny? I've gotten better. My jiu-jitsu has gotten better because I've gotten into yoga and gotten more flexible.
Flexibility's always been fucking rough with me, but it's hard for a lot of men.
Yep. And my hips are probably the most as flexible as when I was in college right now. And
When I was
I'm 54 years old.
back when I was in fucking grade school and stuff, and I got into kickboxing and shit, like I used to cry, like stretching, like I used to freaking cry,
Mm-hmm.
like it was bad. Like
Eli's out in the chat. Excuse me, Levi's out in the chat. He said, "Happy New Year, Patriots." I've been waiting for a break in the conversation.
Going on, Levi. Happy New Year's.
God damn, what's the temperature outside? I'm out here shivering. I think I need gloves on. God damn.
Man, we don't get bad cold weather down here, but it got cold here. The lows were in the teens here last couple nights.
Shit, I woke up at what? I woke up at 3:56 this morning.
Yeah.
And I checked the weather, and I was like, I don't want to do it, but I was like, man, it's my turn to go water the birds, and I had to go take some stuff over to my daughter's new place so I can have a staff there. So, and I didn't want neighbors seeing me carrying all that shit. So,
I was listening to Jay's live the other day, and I was in the I like you talking about nature and stuff. I live on my property and everything, and I'll sit there talking to Jay. I mean, on Jay's live, listening and trying to text on the live, and I sit there and a 9-point walked out, and I missed him because of it.
Oh,
Yep. Sure enough, man, 2 6s walked out. I thought, well, I done missed the opportunity. My head got up, looked up again, and damn if he
dang.
didn't walk out there and I couldn't get my gun up in time.
I've been sitting here in the truck facing the road for a few minutes, and I have seen 3 city cops and 1 constable go by back and forth, like the drunk driving patrol is out.
They're gonna be
Yes.
sick tonight, guys.
It's everybody's reminder to not drink and drive.
Yep, no doubt about it. I've had to tell my son that tonight. 2 of my sons don't live here in the state, and one of my sons live here, and they're going out for the night. And I told him, I said, listen, if you're going to drink, you better get somewhere and do it and sit still and spend the night.
Yeah.
Plan on spending the night. Don't get out.
Stay or get a sober ride. Pay somebody for a ride.
I mean, they take your gun right. That's a felony. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
And you want your gun rights gone. You want to be stupid. You know, that's a good way to do it. Now, here in Alabama, you can apply to get your gun rights back, you know, on stupid stuff like that, you know?
Well, and I'll go so far as to say everybody makes mistakes. I bet
Yes, they do.
I'm not going to implicate anybody, but I'm sure every one of us here have probably consumed
Oh, yeah.
and probably had enough that they should not have attempted it, but have drove home.
Yep.
Probably letter of the law were legally drunk. Also may have been fully in control of the vehicle. But I think if you drive drunk and definitively drunk enough that you cause harm to somebody else, you don't
Yep.
deserve your gun rights.
That's an asshole line right there. You just said
Like in the social contract,
it's
you
a
have
Mr.
proved.
fucking meaner. It's not a felony.
Depends on the state.
Yep. In Alabama,
And I'm giving
anything
you
over
my
$1,000 is a felony here in Alabama.
and I'm voicing my opinion, not what's law. But what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
I think you've breached the social contract of society if you drive drunk and endanger someone else's life.
That if you injured somebody or took somebody's life, you don't deserve it. I agree. You know, if we're gonna legalize, you know, and put gun bans out there, we need to legalize and put car bans out there. If you get just like if you kill somebody or have a DUI, they take your license for a period of time.
You get a blow and go on first offense in Arkansas.
Yeah. Do what now in Arkansas? What?
You get a blow and go on a first offense in Arkansas.
That's crazy.
Same here in New Jersey. You don't lose your license, dude. You just have to put a breathalyzer in your car, and everybody that lives in the same house.
That's your option. It depends. If you want to keep your license, you get a blow and go in your car, and you pay for it, and you have to pay all the fines and the.
It's everybody in the house
monthly.
too that you live with has to get one.
That reminds me of the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin when he meets the girl at the bar, and she's in her little Chrysler.
It's exactly like that.
And he don't know how to drive a car, and she has to and she's lit like a Christmas tree, and she blows it and says, "Oh, fuck it." But I didn't even know, to be honest with you guys, there were blow and goes in the state, in other states. Never knew that. I thought it was a joke. So y'all just say
they're serious about it here. Your second offense, they definitely take your license away.
Here in Alabama, it's first offense that you get your license taken away for 2 years.
Whoa.
But you're dealing with a Bible Belt state too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason we hadn't got the lottery. Is because of that. Every time they go to vote it in, it gets voted out.
The DUI has nothing to do with your Second Amendment rights, plain and simple.
No, I agree with
People
you.
fuck up. They make mistakes.
Totally but, you know, every state's got some fucked up laws. I mean, you know, if you think about it, Alabama's got a law. If you carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket, it's a crime.
Well, Jersey has a law that it's a crime to back out of your driveway with a vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, every state has some really messed up stuff, guys. No state's going to be perfect in anybody's eyes. I mean, if you think about it that way, there's some people jumping on now.
Yep, we got Grunberg. Justin's back.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up,
Grunberg.
Howdy.
But every state's got some messed up stuff, guys. You know, you can't go anywhere without some messed up stuff. I mean, the only free state, the freest state, I think, in the United States is Texas.
See, I don't know, because
only recently have their gun laws relaxed. Everybody in their cultural mind's eye has thought Texas to be this. Everybody's got a gun state,
Yeah.
and they maybe in ownership per capita, but not everybody was packing in Texas. Open or concealed, and this
Yeah.
and that, whatever.
Texas,
Till
you
just
still got to get a
recently.
permit in order to carry out there.
Yeah,
See, Alabama's permitless.
Well, I'm sorry, they're constitutional, but if you really want to carry, if you get that permit to carry
Yeah.
out there, you don't have to do the
Yeah,
4473s or
no, I
whatever
was
it
gonna
is.
say that's one thing though. They're one of the few states that if you do have your CCW,
Mhm.
they don't run your background.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you
So
don't
like
have a
you
background
go
It's the
in,
check.
same here. I
you
got
go
my
in,
CCW.
you pay your freaking, $700-800 whatever for whatever you're purchasing, and you
Yep.
turn around and you leave.
That's the way it here's in Alabama here. You're kind of stupid not to get a pistol
You
permit in the
took
state
it.
of Alabama because it's
What?
a one-time background
I
check.
said you took it.
What?
You took it.
What?
Better get that before the dog gets it.
Yeah, it's a one-time background check, and you don't have to worry about going and then pulling your background every time you buy a gun anymore.
Well, I mean, it's not because we're all pretty fucking good, decent people. It's not
Yeah.
to worry about it doing it, but like, I mean, what happens to a guy like me when I'm stuck in the gun shop for 2 hours? I end up buying something else.
Yep. That's right.
Like,
That's why you're supposed to leave the gun shop and go somewhere
no,
else.
because knowing me and my luck and the way my life has been my whole life, I'll have gotten home, and then they'll call me and be like, come pick your shit up.
Yeah. See.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And if you have a common name, you're going to get flagged every time. You do know that, right? If you got a common first name and common last name,
It's not even just that. It's like
yeah.
if your
You're
name's
John
like the
Smith.
same as your father who has passed away, you're gonna get
Yep.
you're
if you
gonna
have
get
a common name
held
like
up.
Smith,
Or if you have the same name as some guy that's already a felon or something, like you're gonna get flagged
yep,
every single time, and they're gonna have to manually check it. But
yeah,
then there's a workaround to that. I forget what it's called. Lawfully probably knows it. You go in, you get your because the
You
same thing
apply
like you
for
do
a
with
U
your
pin.
passport. Yeah,
yep,
or
Yeah,
like with your passport and stuff, and that way, you know, you don't because
you
like
apply for that U pin. Question 17 on 4473. Unique personal identification number.
the personal identification number, it works with other things in life too. Like if you're constantly traveling out of the country, you want that because if you like your father that you've never known your whole life that died when you were 10 was a piece of
hmm
shit, like, and you just so happen to have the same name as him, like me, like that thing comes in handy like a motherfucker.
and if you lawfully get your rights back, guys, I mean, I know people that have got their rights back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, it's the thing.
And you're gonna get flagged every time, But there's a guy that I know that I used to work with. He had to carry
His pardon
his,
around with him.
his partner around with him to make sure, even if he got pulled over,
Yep. And it's like,
Yeah,
hey,
because if not, he's getting
here's
run
my pardon
downtown
and
till they.
here's everything else.
That's right. And that's the good thing about Alabama. You can get your rights back, and it's
Well, yeah, but so the thing about getting your rights back though is you have to have committed the crime in that state and
mhm.
still be in that state.
Yep, that's
Like you
exactly right. You
like
can't
if
just
you
commit
fucked
a
up in
crime and go to
Florida,
a
yeah,
different state.
you can't fuck up in Florida and then move to Washington State and then try to be like, oh, well,
Yeah,
I did my time and I've been a model citizen for the last 20 years,
You
yep,
could
gonna get my
probably
rights back. They're gonna be
write
like,
them and see.
You
nope, they won't.
should.
Because JD Daly or whatever, the wood chipper dude, he went through that whole thing. That's why I use that as the example. Because if you
I
know
don't
who
know
that
who you're
is,
talking
like,
about.
yeah, that's what I
especially if
was
it's
gonna
a state that's unfriendly. Anyway, to be honest with you, if you go to a state that's kind of on the fence and it's kind of goes between blue and red each year, you know, those states are going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, well, because and that's why, like, I'm the kind of I'm at the point in my life to where I'm like, you know what, like, I don't give a shit. Well, I mean, I give a shit what you've done in your life, but like,
Mhm.
if you went away and you did your time and you've been out and you're off papers and everything like that, and you
Yeah,
know, like, bro, like, you should be able to vote and you should be able to own a firearm.
you
As
know,
long as it's not a violent crime.
Well,
that's right.
you can't put contingencies on it though. You
Yeah,
can't
you
put
can. If you
contingencies
murder
on it.
somebody or rape somebody, yes, you can.
So then
Now,
you're
the
not a
Wild
so then you're
West,
not a two-way absolutist.
the problem with that is,
A rapist doesn't deserve anything back. They deserve nothing. They're pieces of shit and should have
Then
been
don't let them
executed.
out. Then don't let them
then don't
They
out.
let them
should have been
out.
executed.
Exactly right. If you're going to
Exactly.
rape
That's no, but
somebody,
what I'm saying is
All
if
right.
you've been let
they're
out,
going to repeat. If you rape and you get out, you're going to repeat.
yeah, because so they've already proven that it's a whole mental thing.
Yep, it's a mental state. When you rape somebody, you rape a little
Child
kid.
predators and
You're,
rapists should
yep,
be executed on site when they get charged and convicted.
I know in the state of Florida, if you fucking if you do that shit under a certain age limit, you get the
Mhm.
fucking needle. You get the fucking needle.
Yep. Pedos. Now, I got no sympathy for pedos. Pedo Pete and his fuckers can go to hell.
I know, but if
You
we're
know,
gonna say, but if we're all gonna sit here and agree that, you know, if you've done your time and everything like that, that, you know, you deserve your federal rights back, we also have to be on, you know, like, yeah, I mean, I'm not sitting here advocating for these pieces of shit that are scum.
no,
I'm not.
no,
But
you're
I
not.
mean, but if we're all gonna sit here and agree that, like, if you've done your time, you know, you deserve your federal rights back, then, you know, you deserve your fucking rights back. Like, there's, you
Well, I
know,
mean,
like.
when in the 1800s, in the early 1900s, when we were riding horseback and all that shit, they didn't ban you from having a gun. Those guys shot up towns and did their. You know what? I'm not saying go back to the old wild
Back
wild
then,
west.
towns had bans on guns completely before you can even get into their town. Otherwise, you'd be arrested or killed.
Yeah, the
What-
sheriff would pop your ass.
Or you had to turn your gun in. I mean, you know.
If he didn't turn it in, he got arrested or killed,
So, you know, the Earps
which
made
is
that.
unconstitutional.
The Earps made that famous. You know,
Well, that
Yeah.
was
had gun bans in
pre-Constitution.
town.
No, the Constitution was around back in the 1900s and 1800s.
And
Yeah, but what? Yeah, but was it widely all? I'm not gonna get into.
Wyatt Earp and all them are around in
get
the
into it,
late
Justin. Get into it,
1800s.
bud.
That was territory too. That wasn't was Indian
Yep.
territory.
That's why I'm saying, like, it. Yeah, but it was still not fully widely all accepted and recognized. Like, look, like, oh, for another perfect example of that. So even right now, to this day and age, there's places in America that are dry. It's a state. It's a state thing. It's not federal. You're federally allowed to have fucking booze.
Yes.
It's the state that's telling you no.
Well, the
Yep.
states didn't have the right
so
then
yes,
with
it was
that.
against your constitutional right. Yes, it was against your constitutional right. But guess what? It didn't stop them because state comes before federal.
It's just like Illinois.
I almost think states shouldn't with that.
You know, they oh, it's like the AR bans, guys. I mean, certain states you're not allowed to have them, and then all these other states you're allowed to have them. So
We
it
have
is
them here in
territorial
Jersey,
thing.
but they're not ARs.
You
They're
know,
not allowed to say AR on them.
You know, California compliant bullshit.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
That thing is fuck.
So what do you call them in Jersey?
We just
Pecker
call
Pucker
them
15?
call them a rifle?
instead of an AR-15 on them, they're called a
Sporting rifle.
they're called a Colt CR-193.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're
Or
just not having
or a
that
Colt
negative.
LE-69 whatever.
Yeah, LE 6920.
But now in the state of New Jersey, it was just declared unconstitutional. So the Colt AR-15 is allowed back, and it's been considered an assault rifle banned since what was that 1970 something or 1980?
Yeah,
You know,
the bullshit.
Clinton did it in the 90s.
No, this is before that here in my state
Okay.
with the cult, the Pacific cult.
Okay.
That one cult rifle.
The one that they got the name AR from, and then they
Yes.
bullshitted and said that AR
Armalite.
and then they turned around and were like, oh, AR stands for what it doesn't stand for, because it
Yeah, it
actually
was
stands
back in
for
the
Armalite,
late
and I don't even want to say the
70s or
word because I don't
something
want to give
here.
it power. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was the cult. Yeah, and
We're
that's the
allowed to
reason
have that again here. We have turnarounds over all that shit. Like during the assault weapon ban, we had the stocks that had a hole in it that you could put your thumb through.
Yeah. Love those
Yeah, that's
stocks.
boy, you talking
So
about some bullshit there.
We're topic hopping, but I can
So-
tell you're still hot from my declaration about drunk driving, and I'm going to clarify that for you, and then I'm going to lay it to rest.
Hit it hard.
I wasn't saying that if you got pulled over and arrested for drunk driving that you should lose your gun rights. I'm saying if you murder somebody or gravely injure someone. So I'm not saying it pre-crime.
That's not really murder though. If you're drunk driving and you kill someone, it's not murder.
It's still you smothered another person's candle. Like it doesn't. The intention doesn't make a fuck to the family or to the person that's dead.
Yep. It's like picking up. It's like the gun does not have a brain. It's the person that picks the gun up that has the brain and makes the decision.
And that's the same thing. Like if you're drunk and you pick up those car keys and you fuck up, guess what? The vehicle doesn't have a brain. You
manslaughter. That's what I was getting at. Manslaughter versus what he's talking about.
Involuntary manslaughter and murder. Don't get me into that one. Because there is
also
vehicle manslaughter is different.
There is a
than
difference.
Vehicle homicide.
Okay. Also differentiate whatever law it technically would be in the state of New Jersey versus another state versus I'm expressing my opinion. I believe, as someone who sells guns for a living and believes that if you're not in prison, you should have your gun rights.
Absolutely. Good job.
I'm saying that if you kill fucking somebody else because you made the poor decision to drive inebriated, whether it be from the smoke or the drink, you have breached the social contract. You are not worthy of carrying a lethal weapon because you already killed somebody with a vehicle.
Well, you shouldn't be able to drive either because the vehicle is a fucking lethal weapon.
It is.
I would probably say it's not that they would never be able to because they will be considered a habitual drunkard, which is a part of the questions on your 4473.
No, habitual drunkard is if it happened more than 3 times.
Yep.
But they've been drunk more than that.
No, if you've been busted behind the wheel more than 3 times is when you get the habitual on it.
Yep, and here in Alabama, if you get busted 3 times, you're right about that.
You get like 10 years, or don't you? Like most states, if you get busted like 3 times, your fucking ass is grass.
And you
like,
never
you lose your license up here for 10 years.
No, not only that, you go to fucking prison too.
Yes, you do, and you don't.
You don't go to prison. You go to county jail for 6 months.
Well, I know if you try that shit in Polk County, Florida, they'll fucking lock you up for more than you're gonna go to prison.
We got Twin in the chat.
What's up, Twin?
Twin, there's a link in TMT's main Discord if you wanna jump in here. We got.
But
slots.
I mean, and this is where the whole absolutist thing gets really fucking gray. Is like, yeah, we all have very firm beliefs on things that are like no goes and goes, but it's like.
My no goes and goes is if you touch children or rape people, you don't deserve your rights ever again. But
but the whole thing, we ought to just save the tax dollars to make your worm food.
If you're a pedo,
okay. So
hold on though. But if you get into an accident where you were proven to be DUI and you ended somebody else's shit, you deserve to come back out of jail and get your license back.
Then execute them instead of letting them out of jail.
Over one bad decision?
Yes, I'm okay with that. One bad decision, you fucked up. Sorry, kid, you're dead. Hang him from a fucking tree. I'm all right with that.
So okay. Now I'm gonna go a little bit off topic. I do just for sakes of because I am playing a little bit of devil's advocate with this with what I'm doing too. But so you've never had a close call, or you've never drove home in a situation where you were like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that.
I'm not saying any of that. I have.
Okay. So that's all I'm making of that point right there.
But I'm just saying, in your situation where you were just saying about that, if you want to make it a law to where if you kill somebody drinking and driving, yeah, fucking hang them from a tree. That's fine. I'm fine with that. And you're saying over one bad decision, yeah, you don't get more than one bad decision in life. Fuck it. Maybe the world will be a lot better place instead of these fucking people that think they can get away with everything.
But not everybody has that mentality. A lot of people, the very first time that they ever freaking stole something from a store or whatever, and
Yeah, well, I don't
they
believe
got
in any of
busted
that.
and
I
never did
believe
it
you
again,
should.
and then never did it again.
Doesn't matter if you get caught. There you go. You get your hands chopped off because you're a fucking thief. Thieves are dirty fucks.
All right, King Solomon, I got one for you. What if somebody gets convicted of statutory rape?
Same fucking thing, dude. It's a fucking. Oh
Like
no, sorry.
It was consensual, but
It was consensual.
just
That's
outside of the
consensual.
Romeo and Juliet laws.
It doesn't matter. It's still breaking the law. Doesn't
Or-
matter.
It's true.
What about guys? Because I know I've heard of people who know people. I'm not saying I know this person, but like third hand. Dude picked a chick up in a bar, so presumptively 21 to be in the
All
bar.
right, no, that should not be breaking the law. The chick that was at the bar should get the punishment.
But it doesn't matter. He still broke the law. It doesn't matter. He still broke
chick
the law.
broke the law and trapped them, and that's
So
against
what?
the
He
law.
still broke the law. So what? He still broke the law. By your logic that you just stated earlier, he still broke the law. Whether he was right or wrong, coerced or fucking entrapped.
Then hang them both. Hang the girl and the guy for that. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm just
you guys-
playing devil's advocate with it. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like I got no dog in this fight. I'm just.
Can you guys keep this thing going if I leave it running but go take a shower real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you might have a strike.
We got a
but
few
no big
people
deal.
watching. Well, try and not do that, but preferably. But I think I can leave this running and top my phone back off and go wash
And
my
top
ass
yourself,
real quick.
top yourself off, and top the phone off. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, go finish yourself off.
I
Can't do that without you here.
I mean, it's just it's, and that's why I think that in our society we've litigiously like moved toward the state of taking things more of a case by case basis, which is a good and a bad thing. It's a good and bad thing. Like, cause I know if I was standing up there and I was a pretty fucking stand up guy my whole life, like, I'd be fishing for myself to get the break, like
Breaks aren't given. Life is
things
hard.
gotta be like they're but I think that's the reason why as a society we've kind of moved toward things being taken as a case by case basis.
Yeah, but then society has gone to shit because of it.
Yeah, no, it is because like I do know some.
Everybody
I do
gets
know
away
some
with
people.
murder.
I do know some people that have done some really bad that have made some really bad decisions in their life.
Whatever
and
happened
because their
to you,
family
get your
has money.
one.
Because
you
their
get your
family has
one
money,
unconditional-
they freaking didn't even see a day in jail.
You had whatever happened to the days. You get your one unconditional discharge. It's your one get out of jail free card. That's what you use. Everybody has that, and now it's like it doesn't matter. Everyone just gets out of jail for free, no matter what. Especially if you're a person of not white descent.
Well, and then that's where it goes state dependent and everything too.
That's not state dependent. That's all 50 states.
No,
Everyone.
no, like California, dude. There's like my half brother is a complete motherfucking fuck up. Okay, and he's gonna be on probation probably for the rest of his life, and he's way younger than me. And it's because he keeps getting arrested in California, and they can't keep his ass there. Like he literally told them like just lock me up and don't let me out until probation's over because I can't fucking do probation. I keep fucking up. And they
That's
said
not.
no, because they don't have the fucking space.
He shouldn't be. Yeah,
So they
he
keep
has
letting
to
him
just
out. So they
be a
keep
good
letting his
person.
so they let him out and he's homeless and then he gets caught sleeping in a fucking park and then gets picked up and put back in again. Literally the next fucking day. Now,
I
now if
can't.
that was now if it was a different state that could afford for him to go serve his fucking time like he wants to do,
Why should the
it wouldn't be like
taxpayers
that.
pay it though? Fuck that.
No, what do you mean? Fuck that, dude. Dude, they all
Fuck
pay
that.
restitution. They
Taxpayers
all pay
don't. That's why we're in
restitution.
so much
They all
debt.
pay restitution. That's a
That's why
bullshit
I
ass
pay so
lie.
much money
That's
in
a
taxes in
bullshit
my
ass lie.
state
That's a bullshit ass lie.
because all these
All
motherfuckers are
prisons
just
are for
getting three hots
profit.
in a cot in their
That's so
jail.
bull. Yeah, that's a
They don't
misconception.
need
Is
to
what I'm
be
trying to explain
there.
to you. Hello, that I'm trying to show you that that's a misconception because for every day that you're in jail or prison, you have to pay restitution back to that, and they
It's
will garnish
costing
your
my
wages and
taxpayers
everything.
money all the time because
No,
they
it's
don't pay it.
not, bro. I'm trying to show you on how that's bullshit. No, it's
They don't
not.
pay it up here.
Yeah, maybe in your state.
I have to pay it.
Well, fucking, you're in a shitty fucking state. I'm trying to tell you that that's not how it works everywhere. Most other states, I have uncles that have gone to jail for over 10 years at a time, and they had to pay restitution, big fucking bucks of worth of restitution, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you know what they did? They paid it back.
I know what you're talking
They
about.
got
Some
out, they
states
got
have
out, they
that.
got good fucking jobs, and they paid that money back.
You ain't getting a good job up here if you go to jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you fucking work out and shit, and you come out and you bust your ass working construction, you can build your way up to a fucking big
You
foreman job and
can't
make
get a
big bucks
job
and
here in
do
New
it.
Jersey if
Well,
you
that's
have
what
a
I'm saying. So,
felony.
that's a perfect example of what I was using with my fucking little half brother in California. Those two fucking states they're working against it. They're working against it, and that's a state problem, not an everybody problem.
Well, I'm also at the same time. I'm not. That's where I fucking contradict shit too, right here. Where fuck it, you're a felony. You don't belong in the fucking unions or any of that shit. We don't want you here. You fucked up. You're done.
Dude, I used to at my last job. I can't say too much about it because I
I
still
hear it.
lived right in the AO. But like we legit, like I came up with the idea, like the guys on work release, let's just hire them because we can pay them less than what we're paying everybody else, and they're gonna be grateful and they're gonna show up every day and they're gonna bust their ass. And guess what? Like for like every five that I hired, one was like yeah, bro, you ain't gonna make it 3 days before you're canned. Because you're still got your head
I
up your
can't
ass.
agree with
But
you
the
in
other
that because
four,
that
but the other
undermines
four, they
everybody
busted
else
their
in
fucking
that
asses. They busted their
that
fucking
undermines
asses.
everybody else in the civilized nation there, and you're gonna underpay the guys to do that. That's bullshit.
Not underpay. It's just that they're not going to complain about it. I didn't say
No,
that we're underpaying.
that's illegal, man. Because of that,
How is
you know,
that
you got to pay
illegal?
fair wages.
That is fair wages. You
Not
get
fair
still get
wages paying
dude. They're still
convicts
making
half
dude.
the
They're
amount of
still.
money as somebody who's
I
not a
didn't say half the
convict.
amount of money. I said less. I didn't say half the
That's
amount.
not fair. Still, a person who's not a convict should get paid to do the same job more than a convict.
But that's not the point, though. The point was that they're working just as hard as everybody else, and then when they're fucking done and off of papers, fucking boom, they're fucking on full time. They done paid their fucking dues.
So
We're gonna treat
unfortunately,
them. We're gonna treat them like that fucking 18-year-old kid that got hired off the street. Guess what? That's what they're making. They're making the same amount as a non-experienced fucking person. We're not doing it because they're a convict. We're doing it because they have no fucking experience because they've been in jail for the last 5 years.
see up here in the Northeast, convicts aren't allowed in any of the good paying any of those types of jobs.
And that's what we were doing. We're taking them into a good, well-paying job, but we're paying them entry level into that field. We weren't paying them $35 an hour. We're gonna pay them 22, which is entry level bitch work. And then as they prove themselves, then they can get paid more. See how
I'm
you
just
twisted my
saying,
words?
you're not twisting your words. I get it now. But up
Okay.
here in general, they're not
Because you
allowed.
guys are all
Period.
unionized up there. Because you guys are like 90, I know a lot
We're
of you guys'
not. We're
jobs
not.
are all.
We're a lot less than what you think up here.
Oh, really? Thought you guys were like
You,
real heavy still.
we are heavier than everywhere, but like Manhattan is less than 10% union work now. New York City, less than 10%.
That's
90%
crazy.
is all scab work.
You figured that it would be because of how close and how large the population is and how
It was.
densely pushed it all
It's
is. You
because
figure it
something
would
that
be.
happened back in 1986. That's why.
Oh,
You got a quick minute? I'll tell you right now what happened in 1986.
go for it.
So up here in the Northeast, throughout the 70s and the early 80s, it was 95% union work on everything in all the Northeast. That's New Jersey, Pennsylvania, going all the way up to Massachusetts, all that,
Yeah.
nonstop. The unions took in all the non-union workers, paid them prevailing rate, full scale. They were working for us. They got paid full scale. They were making more money than the union worker because they were not having to pay
They
into
weren't having
everything,
to pay
right?
their dues. Yeah.
So they got full scale. So instead of like guy like me taking home after taxes 1,400, this guy would take home after taxes 2,600.
Yeah, because he wasn't having to pay the dues, but he was getting his prevailing
Yeah,
wage.
he didn't have to pay the pension and all that because he wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
He was getting the full scale. And then in 1986, they all wanted to join the unions up here. Every union. And all of our unions up here turned their backs. Said, no, we're not accepting new members at this time.
Well, because they were all salty that these guys all got well, from what they all got, because they were doing it, but they weren't doing it, the way that all they were. I could understand why they all turned their backs.
It was, I'm not saying the workers, I'm saying the unions itself turned their back. That's the bullshit. We should have accepted them in. If we would have accepted them in, all of our wages in construction throughout the whole 50 states would have been phenomenal, but we fucked up. And we're paying the price for it now. We're trying to make amends with it, and it's not happening.
Damn it. All right. Let's see. Bad dream. You awake?
I don't hear
Are you
anybody
home?
talking.
All right. Fiend dog there. Okay. Well,
I'm here.
I know. No, let me go get my laptop then. No, because somebody's sending me kind of an urgent message on Discord. But if I back out, I can't let myself back in. Only lawfully can.
We got Groundbird. Groundbird's not talking at all.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying no. No, it was
I'm
just
here. I'm
because.
listening.
No, I was just
So you
gonna
just
see if you can
listening.
float it. If you can float it for like the next 15, 20 minutes until
Yeah, do
he
what you
gets
gotta
back.
do.
Because no, but I can access Discord from my laptop. So
So what do you want to talk about, Groundbird?
Oh, I don't know. I was just listening to what you guys talking about. I just, I agree on
me
a
and
lot of
Fiend Dog
things.
like to get into it. No, man, it's dangerous to
You
leave me
do.
and Fiend Dog
I'm
alone.
friends with Justin B and all that. I love him, man.
We love getting into it though.
Oh no, these
That's
are
fine.
strong topics. I mean, I agree. I don't think
Good
everything is
discussion.
so. Yeah, definitely. I just don't think everything's so black and white. Going back to the, you know, getting out of jail and mistakes as far as kids and stuff. Now, with rapists and pedophiles, I can agree with you on all that. There's no second chance on that. I just think it's important to realize that, okay, I think our judicial system, there's a reason why we have it. And if you make a mistake, involuntary or whatever, we need stricter punishments and stuff. And then you come out clean on the other side. You get your rights back and all that kind of stuff. But like second chances and third chances, you get it again. Now you get the full ruler on the hand, your head slapped off and shit like that. So I think our big problem is just what we see now as people just being let off. Here's your probation again, and you got 13, 14, 15. I've been in jail I've been convicted of this that many times. And that's just totally
They're not
unnecessary.
even getting probation up here. They're just being
Yeah.
case dropped up here where I
Yeah.
live, and it's annoying.
And that's
They're
totally
allowed to do anything.
unacceptable.
They're
and
stealing
I
at
see
a
a
federal
correlation.
level.
I see a correlation between that the case drop shit, and then those guys also not coming back and like fucking paying their restitution, and they're getting 3 hots in a cot and shit like that. Like that's like the same problem that like I see California having and shit, and you
They
know
only get 3 hots in a cop for a day, then they're released.
yeah, exactly, and that's freaking and that's all bad. Like that's not the way
Yeah,
that shit should work, you know.
totally unacceptable. I mean, our judicial system's letting us down, like all branches of our government's letting
Well,
us
it's not the
down.
judicial
On
system. It's the state that's doing that because it's not every state
even
that does that
It's
shit.
also
It's
the
not.
judges, though,
There's a lot of
dismissing
states.
yeah,
everything.
There's a lot of states that were like I
on
know
Like,
like down
I'm
here in
saying
Florida,
on
you can get picked up for some dumb ass shit and like if you don't make your phone call or you don't make bail or whatever like that, like your ass is gonna sit there.
and good, I mean, but not everybody's got the wait
it's
somebody to help them
cashless.
get out and
It's
stuff. I mean,
cashless bail up here in Jersey, so you get arrested, you're out within an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's
but
fucking wild. That's wild.
even on a state levels, that's what I'm saying too. On federal, state, and town levels, our governments are letting us down. On the whole thing, you county to state to federal. And
Trust me,
where
dude.
some kid makes a mistake.
It's not even just that. Over here in New Jersey, we're dealing with all this corruption. That's
It's
I'm going to go
world.
here. Part of me, I'm
Yeah.
going here with this. If it offends anybody, I don't give a shit. But it's the truth. If you live here in New Jersey, the card gets played and everything gets abolished here in New Jersey. If that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but I understand what you're saying. Is what I meant to say.
You know what
I
I'm
understand what you're
saying?
saying. Yeah.
Does Groundbird know what I'm saying?
I think.
Okay. Because we're dealing with a invasion of that where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah.
And they all go out and vote for each other, this, that, blah, 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 and they're taking over
Be right back.
everything and destroying everything, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you
See,
oppose them.
Yeah, my brother
card
lives
gets
in New
played.
York and he's getting out. He's moving back down here. We live in Missouri. So I'm not too familiar with Northeast, how it is in there.
We're
But,
considered little Israel up here.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to, I don't know how to say it,
If you lived up here, you would have a different opinion versus down there. Trust me. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I can see where you're coming from on that for sure.
Because I
just try
personally
to-
don't have an opinion against those people, whatever. Don't really care.
Right.
But when I live here and I see what's happening, that's where I have an opinion.
And it is happening on a mass scale. I just try individually, I try to give the benefit of the doubt to, like, well, not one, how do you say, a group idea doesn't represent the individual idea, maybe. But that's not
But what I've
true
lived
either.
to learn and see, it's the opposite of what you just said.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Unfortunately.
I hear you.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's all. My local area in the state where we're living, even up there in New York and the Bronx and northern New Jersey and all that, we're being invaded and we're being run out.
Right.
We switch back to illegals. Is that what we're talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll just let you know who we're talking about. The people who play the card.
Play the card. Switch up your code switch because I'm coming in late to this. So tell me, like, I don't know, be a little more direct. What you mean?
how do I say this? Kosher.
Ah,
Okay, yeah.
you're being replaced by tiny hat people.
Yes. Up here in the
Huh.
Northeast, really quick and really fast, really badly.
Huh. So you're saying like the rich ones with dual citizenship left there and came, or are you saying the ones
Yes.
that have already
Yes.
always been in the United
Yes.
States are all consolidating?
All of it.
Okay.
Well, that
Well,
had to have been going on for decades and
25. It's
decades,
been going
right?
on
I
for
mean,
30 years.
I
And
would
now
figure even longer than that, right?
it has it's come to roost recently because they were in this little town, little section of little town, and now because everybody has 10 children the last 20 to 30 years, infrastructure and all that's not there, and now they're moved south, west, north, and taking over everybody, getting elected on boards and ruining the townships and forcing everybody out.
And that's that's another
Very
reason why
intelligent.
yeah, that's another reason why I'm so against not religion per se, but like the um progress, like because I'm this,
It's very
I'm a
intelligent,
good
and if you
person.
try to fight them, they play the card and you lose in court.
And yeah, it's definitely a
It's a
thing
hundred
going on.
percent. It's 100% that you're going to lose in court from them playing the card here in New Jersey
Hmm.
and New York.
I mean, I think it's all. I don't like the idea of any of that kind of stuff being in politics or a way to progress your status in your job or anything just because you're whatever religion you want to be. It doesn't really
Because of
make a
their
difference to me.
religion, they're allowed to run lines and strings through your yard, and you can't do nothing about it because it's part of their religion. It makes that part of their domain to where they can access it during Shabbats, or whatever you want to call it, so they can walk out of their house and all that. You can't do nothing about it if they move into your town. You're gonna have these ropes and strings running through your yard, and this and that, and you can't do nothing. You cut it down, you go to jail for being an anti-Semite.
You get in trouble. You get in
And
trouble in California for doing that bullshit. Burning the pride flag. They can burn the U.S. flag, but you burn the pride flag, you go to jail.
Yep.
really that's just a failure of the governments there. I mean, it should
Yeah.
be where your rights end where your property line end. You know what I mean? Like everybody's the United States is for me anyway. You can worship how you want and be how you want as an individual in your house and carry that with you and pass your cultures down to your kids and stuff. But when you go out in public, all that kind of shit is out the window, and there's a set of rules that you live by to be able to interact with one another.
They
You know
play
what I
they
mean?
play that role around here with the setbacks and easements and this and that, where we as a culture here in New Jersey don't own 10 to 15 feet of our property because the township owns that, even though we have to pay tax on that, even though the township owns it.
Well, that's everywhere, brother. Because here now,
And technically in the state of New Jersey, if you're walking in your front lawn in that 10 to 15-foot easement, mowing your lawn with your gun on your belt, if you don't have a fucking permit, they can actually arrest you.
now that they can't do here, but
You're on technically not on your property. They can arrest you there, brother.
yeah, that's what's crazy. Like if you're next to a school zone here, and your property butts up to a school zone,
You can't
can
have
get
a
in
gun
trouble
within
there.
1,000 yards of a school here.
Yep.
man,
Yeah,
y'all are
we don't
1,000
have
crazy.
feet.
school shootings at these other
I could
states.
drive up and kick him out with it on my hip. I just can't exit the vehicle.
It's tyranny no matter what.
If you're in your car here in Jersey, you can do that same thing technically. You exit that vehicle with it, you're fucked.
And really, the way it was explained to me, when I questioned it, it's a legal gray area left up to interpretation and intent. But like you could even like get out of your vehicle as long as you're within kind of that sphere of influence of the vehicle. Like if you were getting out and getting your teenage or not teenager, but your little tyke or whatever.
Did you
Yeah,
see what
kindergarten or first
TMC
grader.
just said?
I'm away from keys.
Thanks, New Jersey's gay.
Yeah.
New Jersey can be pretty gay, yes.
Well, and I was thinking when I was in the shower, I was thinking of this. You've always got negative stuff to say, and we dog you pretty good. But really, a lot of that is just a byproduct of being one of the original 13 colonies, being an early state, because every year they add more laws to the books. Rarely do they take any off.
God, man, you hit that on the head.
So it's not that your place sucks ass. It's that it's just had longer time to have suck ass legislators pass suck ass laws.
And that's
Very
by design
true.
too. You're never going to get the prices are never going to go down. They're only going to add laws. They're never going to take anything away. So it just piles up, even in, Missouri,
Hashtag flyover country.
Yeah. Like here it's very, mostly besides, like every state we got like what, 2-3 cities that are the Democrat cities and the rest is all Republican. Now, myself, I don't consider myself either one of those. I don't know how anybody really could, because as soon as you say, look at what these guys are doing, well, you can find just, 2 or 3 over here on the other side, and where you got 5 Democrats doing something that no one likes and say, look over here, and you find 2 over here. Well, it don't matter how many to me it's all wrong. And I don't settle for breadcrumbs. You know what I mean? Like it's liberty all the way or it's not, so
Well, and unfortunately, partisan politics is what's ruined us. Really, it's that voting down party line. Vote blue no matter who.
Or vote red.
Rather be dead than red.
And I just cannot get behind any of that.
It's hard.
A younger me would have been
any of that.
Because
a younger me.
I have never found anybody. I have never found any politician that has represented me as an individual. Like me, I have this belief in my head that to really change something is if you can get everybody to vote some kind of third party, you just pick one. It doesn't matter. Even if they don't really represent you 100%, because none of them really do. But if we can get a mindset of like, oh my gosh, look at this, pick your third party. It's like, well, they're getting a stronghold. Now, that's when you're going to see the 2 major parties that have the noose around everybody's neck say, we got to start changing something or we're going to lose our positions. And you might see a little bit of a change and things might start centering back up. We need checks and balances. And that's just not what's happening anymore. It's either you're on one side or you're the other. You're either playing for the Cardinals, you're playing for the Cubs. And that's just how our politics have gotten out of just control.
100%.
In my opinion.
Tyranny is
really
tyranny.
strongly believe we can get everybody to start voting some kind of third party. Not to say they're going to get it.
No.
But to show that, look, we're being what's it called? I'm not as well spoken as a lot of people, but it's showing that we're losing ground here. And then you're going to see these rhinos or these freaking crazios that are in these 2 political parties start becoming more centered and not just it's my way or the highway all the way.
Oh, it's going to hit the fan again, guys. That's coming on end of January. They're going to shut it down again. That's coming.
Well, and the sad thing is they still get paid. They still get their free health care. They still get everything while they're sitting there telling everybody they can't have this or can't have that. And
that's right.
The only people that lose is the regular working people.
That's exactly
know?
right.
So they can shut it down, and everybody's, some people, oh, good, they shut it down. That means, we don't have to deal with it for a while. But there again, it doesn't fix anything.
It
I'm
never
confused. What are we
fixes
shutting down?
Our
Uh,
government,
all they want.
Oh, gotcha. They're not going to
It's
fund it,
just
you
to
mean?
divide us.
right?
They want to. They want us to be divided. They want us to divvy up teams.
Oh yeah,
That's the way. That's the way they work.
just this past one, it was the only thing you heard about with that month-long shutdown was, from whichever side you're looking at it, or the Democrats are shutting it down because they won't agree on this, and then the other sides, they shut it down because they won't agree on that. And it's like they're trying to convince whoever whose fault it is, but really, it's the same bird, same nest, and they all eat the same damn table at the end of it.
They do, and
And
they
I
don't
don't
care.
consider it red or black. I'm again. I've been watching a lot of this Ken Burns, the American Revolution. If you guys haven't been watching that, you should check it out. But to me, we're fighting the purple coats. Used to be the red coats.
Yep,
But to me, it's the purple coats now.
that's
And
a
it's
good
just that
point.
one grotesque, obese government system that we have up there. That none of them represent me in any form.
Not one of them represent us. They represent their own agenda, and
Absolutely.
and if they're not making money, that's what they're there to do. Their dream isn't into politics and fighting for freedoms. Politicians have turned into it gets me rich, and
Yeah.
and Nancy Pelosi's one of the best ones at it.
Well, a great example of it, she's the one that's been really put out, but she's definitely not. She's one of how many politicians are up there that make up the Congress and Senate and everything, 100 and something. So she's one of 100 and something that's doing it. They all do it.
Bernie Sanders.
She's just taking the fall.
Have y'all seen the breakdown on how the politicians get money for Big Pharma? I mean,
It's
even Tommy
disgusting.
Tuberville in the state of Alabama, which is supposed to be, he's supposed to be the man and doesn't believe in anything. Big Pharma pays him. I mean, it's a spreadsheet of what they made. Bernie Sanders is one of the highest paid ones from Big Pharma.
Yeah, it's all private owned, from the jailhouse to the pharmaceutical, or the doctor stuff, and it's all private, and they all big business. That's all big business, owned by 4 freaking companies and billionaires that do this, and everything comes from a centralized place, and it's all wrong until we really fix the term limits, age limits, and political profiteering, and all that. No one's going to be represented on an individual scale.
Well, and you got to look at it this way: the Epstein deal, guys. I mean, if he didn't like what you were doing, politician wise, and making laws, he could host shit over your head and drag your name in the mud because what atrocities that person did, he can hold them. So it's a very, very dirty.
Well, what's even, and they can hold them, but you're being blackmailed by somebody. But what are you doing there anyway? What are you doing there anyway, though? So what? He's blackmailing you. What are you doing there?
Exactly.
I mean, he was doing anything.
But the problem is
I don't know.
are easy to blackmail because, listen, I'm a God-fearing human being. Okay, guys, I'm a Christian. I'll tell you right now, it's just the way I am. But we're tempted, and when you get into big politics like they're in, the temptations get 100 times bigger, guys. And
I firmly believe the devil walks amongst us.
I can agree with that.
You better have a bigger moral constitution if you're going to get into politics, guys, because they will sink you fast.
There are no morals in politics.
There's
No,
not. That's the problem.
no, yeah, you're already a scumbag if you're even headed that way. To me, you can find the best guy out there, and he's a little bit of a scumbag for sure. He's a stupid car salesman, you know.
Well, look at JD Vance, guys. I mean, there's
I
something,
mean,
there's dirt there.
oh, dude, I think he's one of the biggest piece of shit that's going to be president next year.
Yep.
So that's just my opinion.
Yep.
He's already got the game plan, and the Democrats ain't going to put up nobody. Who's going to run? The fucking dude from California?
That's
Well,
They
that's an
already put
instant
up
loss.
they already put up the 4 that are running. That Gaylord, Buttigieg, AOC, Newsom, and another one.
Well, and then there you go. That's an instant loss to him, because everybody's got the motivation to keep this MAGA shit going, and then he's got the golden road to win it. He's just going to be handing it over when his time's up, or I mean when Trump's time's up. So and to me that don't fix shit. It's just going to be the same agenda as it is now. The only thing I can say positive about it is that he's not a 80-year-old, 70-year-old dude. That's the only thing I can say positive about JD Vance. At least he's fucking 35 or however the fuck old he is.
I mean, Trump's falling asleep on TV again, guys. Have you not seen that?
I mean, yeah, I don't really care about that. Good, get some sleep. At least you ain't fucking saying something stupid.
Well,
But
exactly right. Now, I agree with you there. At least he's up all ends of the night trying to do something. That's the reason he's tired.
I'm just, I guess, or worried about the Epstein shit.
The Epstein shit's just, that's all that is, guys, is sleight of hand. They want us to be talking about that. They want us to be concentrated on that when the really bad shit's going on behind our backs.
Well, I think it's already done. They're just trying not to let it out. I mean, there's still all kinds of stuff getting out. I just heard something about fucking the Marjorie Taylor Greene girl talked about why Trump, this is a new thing, didn't release the stuff yet because he's got friends it's gonna hurt them or something. Some of that bullshit.
Who cares about it anyway? Seriously, I don't. Why the fuck do
want
people care?
transparency. That's
Who gives a shit? You're never gonna get it.
Yeah, you're never gonna get transparency. No, not by no
all
means.
The people that
if they had stuff on Trump and this and that, they already would have released it over the last couple of years.
Trump is the least, in my opinion, if he did it. But I'm wondering about the people that are above Trump. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of people. It all needs to be.
You're never gonna know because you'll be dead before they let you know.
I 100% agree with that. That's why you don't know that Vietnam was a fucking shit ass war until 50, 60 years later after it's all done.
It was a joke. The Gulf of Tonkin and everything. It was just a test of weapons. And then when we were about to pull out, Lyndon B. Johnson had his life savings invested in it and had Kennedy killed so he could fucking not lose everything.
It's corruption all the way to the top. It's been that way for longer than I would been born, and there's really no way out. It's unless it's some kind of hard reset.
There's no way out unless something stupid happens. You're exactly right. I'm sure all y'all have noticed, if you've seen the president right now surrounding himself with blue donors. I mean, come on, look at the ball, the investment in the ballroom that he's creating. All those people were blue last time. All those people, it's about money. And
he was blue fucking before he ran for president.
Exactly right. All you do is switch sides to get what you want.
Well, he's
I switch sides every other time when I vote too. I'm not a strictly Republicans. Most Republicans are scumbags.
Yep. They're all scumbags. That's the problem.
You should be a free thinker. You shouldn't categorize yourself.
I vote for what's going to be best for where I live at the time that I live at.
That's right. That's the way.
And that's respectable. Definitely.
That's the way you should vote. It's It's
There's
exactly what
sometimes
you
that I
said.
don't like anybody
Yeah.
who's running, and I put my own name in office
Yep.
when I vote.
But who
But
wants to
I got a subject for you guys, and it's a little controversial.
well, let it fly?
Let me grab a beer.
Now, going back to the whole 2A right thing,
Mm-hmm.
what's your opinions on diagnosed autism and all that? Should they be allowed to or not?
Boy, that's a hard one right there. It's like saying, should somebody that has
Because
what do you
technically
call
they're
it?
not mentally of sound, so they should not have it.
Exactly. It's like saying somebody's bipolar should have their
They
rights,
should not have it either if they're bipolar.
because when you're bipolar,
Depression should not have it
you know,
either.
you go off the spectrum, and it takes just a little bit to go off the spectrum with those people, guys.
Same with the depression and the bipolar and all that.
Yep. Guys, I know about depression.
We all get a little blue every now and then. I get it.
Well, but I don't think you know my circumstances. My wife was depressed, and my wife is recently passed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
3.5 months ago. I appreciate that. My wife took her life, brother.
Oof,
because of
I'm
depression.
sorry.
And I can sing this song like I was going to Light Fighters event, guys. Jay, off Prepared Citizens, and I were driving there. Jay left his car at my house. And when we were there driving, my wife checked out of school. She's a school teacher, okay? And 20-something years, 22 years here in the state of Alabama. And she made a decision because she had a bad day at work to take her life. And where I have a problem is this. If I would have left the gun in the safe where she couldn't have defended herself, if somebody broke into my house and they walked in here and they killed her, it's like a double-edged sword. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with the mental health thing, my wife was struggling with menopause deeply. She gave me 3 young men, okay, that I love dearly. And her body was tortured because of that and gave her this mental issue, okay?
Mm-hmm. Menopause does that, yes.
And she didn't show
We still there?
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Okay, I think we lost him.
I was not trying to bring any of that up, and I apologize.
I just wanted to tell you my circumstances. You know what I'm talking about? And you didn't know those circumstances. And it's okay that you brought them up because I'm free to talk about those things. And I want to talk about those things because it's a problem, guys, in our country. Mental illness is.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
And you know, I'm on a 2-edged sword on that because, like I said, should I have left the gun here for my wife to do what she did, or where somebody could have come in if she wasn't thinking that way, and somebody could have come in and killed her because I didn't leave a gun in the house. You know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, in my opinion, and it's something I like to talk about now because I couldn't talk about it at first. Nobody really knew what my wife did. Everybody just knew that she passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And mental illness is a huge problem in our country. And I missed all the signs, guys. I missed all the signs of her.
Personally, in my house, I actually keep everything locked up. My wife doesn't have access to it,
Right. See, my wife went to the range
which
every weekend.
scares me
Yep.
for the same situation that you say.
Yep. It scares me that she wouldn't have had self-defense, but it also scares me of me leaving that gun where she could do what she did. Because she grabbed that pistol and she went to work, guys. Okay. Just like we say it in terms, she went to work.
Yeah.
And it haunts me. Should I have done it or shouldn't I have done it? And the answer to that, what I've gotten, and I think the most logical answer, is that she was going to do it no matter what.
She would have got it done no matter what, it seems like.
Exactly. So did I do the right thing? Yeah, I logically did the right thing by leaving that weapon in the house. That was her gun that she toted. That was her gun when she traveled that she kept to go see our new grandson. And because I worried about her safety in this world that's been created by the shitheads that run this country.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
You know what? It is what it is, and it's no problem, man. I totally, I don't mind talking about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I used to didn't want to talk about it, but I feel led in some sense, some circumstances, to talk about it because, and I'm glad you brought it up because mental illness is a problem.
There's a lot of stuff like that if we all talked about it a little more, didn't stigmatize it, we could keep a lot of good people in our lives around longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know you're at a place where you're past it now, but I 100% don't blame you. I think you made the right choice.
Yep.
I hate that that's the decision that she made, but I think for you to not remove the option in exchange for that love and that guarantee of self-defense, I think you made the right choice.
I think so too. And
I do also.
The first 2 weeks, I didn't believe that, guys. The first 2
I
weeks,
know.
I thought it was my fault.
She could have used a steak knife if she wanted to.
Yep. See, her parents,
Not
her
getting
parents
anywhere
don't
else.
like, when you're married, your in-laws don't like you most of the time. Okay. It's just the way it works. Okay. And, and she, the first time when this happened, my brother's a police officer. Okay, guys, he's chief of police close to where I live at. He's a good man, but they walked up without any reservation. And when I was sitting in Texas and told my brother that I killed her, okay, and I wasn't even here, guys. They don't care. People don't care, and they didn't care. And people will just say ruthless shit because when they get angry, they just don't care.
Yes, that is very true.
Blame. Maybe.
And me leaving that gun here puts me in that dilemma. Now they're saying because I left the gun here, even though on her death certificate it says shot underneath the chin, and it says suicide is the cause of death. They're trying to say, even though I left that gun here,
they're playing the blame game.
And
the blame game.
That I killed her by leaving the gun here.
Well, in my state here, I would have been brought up on charges and been convicted to life in prison, probably. Unfortunately.
Not if it was her gun.
In Alabama, we had what's called the Preservation Act. Okay. The pistol that she used was in my name. I bought it. It was my background check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but she used it. You know, I mean, 90% of the fingerprints that were on that gun were hers because we went to the range every weekend. Okay, guys. So, you know, I don't control what she does with that tool. You know,
Right.
I have no control over it. And she was legally able to have a gun. She had a gun that she did a background check on. You know what I'm saying? She owned 2 of those guns.
It just sucks that you had to go through that.
It does suck. Um,
And
and
what
I'm
I'm
just
let me
now getting.
clarify what I was trying to say is that
Mhm.
when I said that was that my state has a law, if my guns aren't properly stored, I'll be charged.
Yes, yes. And see, like our state, you don't have that.
Which I think is a kind of a bullshit law, but I understand it at the same time.
Well, you don't want a kid to
But
get a
I
gun,
think it was
guys.
meant for kids.
Yep. It was, you know, like we don't have any kids in the house anymore. All of our kids have flown the coop, you know? And
Once again, I'm so sorry.
yep, and it was just a different situation. But guys, I'm telling you, I agree. The mental illness stuff. If I would have opened listen, my wife came home and cried every day because she couldn't reach retirement fast enough. Okay, and she was struggling with it, with the menopause, and
Yeah.
my eyes were not open enough to see it, guys. You know, I loved my wife and I listened to her. And if you're married, you know these things. You don't tell your wife how she should feel. You listen to her
Hmm.
emotions, and you're there. If she wants your inflection, she'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how
Oh
you
yeah, I know.
guys. I mean, you can't tell them what to do, you know, and be a dictator in your marriage. But now that hindsight's 2020, I wish I would have said more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's just it's a bad situation. I'm glad now that I can reflect on it more. You know, and I've come to terms with it that I'm never going to see her again, and it's okay. It's not okay. It's I've just come to terms that I'm never going to see her again down here anyway. And but can I lay down for my grandkids? No, I can't. I got a grandchild. I got something to live for, you know. And I'm not going to lay down and
Absolutely.
let it beat me to death.
That's what keeps us all anchored.
Yep.
It was,
But
Well,
mental illness is a problem, guys. I'm sorry I
I'm
got off
sorry
on
for
a
bringing up
tangent.
the topic.
No, it's okay. I want you to know it's okay. We need to talk about it. That's the reason why I think we're all on here so we can talk about things, right?
Is absolutely.
And see everybody's different perspective on what they think. And I just have a different perspective sometimes, and y'all have a different perspective sometimes. And that's just the way it works.
Well, going back to the
Oops.
question, I guess it
Yes.
was, you know, what if it was mental
About
illness and
autism.
having gun rights,
Yes,
autism? I think
autism.
what I understand about it is that there's different levels and stuff like that. So just to
There is.
deny someone's rights is not in my book, really, unless
Mm-hmm.
you have reached a harm to yourself or someone else, I should
Yes.
say, as well.
Yep.
It depends on the you
And
think
it
depends on
depends
the actual autism, if they could go through regular school or if they go to special school, then they can't
Yep.
have it.
because there's so much to it that we do not understand, and I'm not one to really just say, oh, okay, because there's a spec, you don't have you know you're as good as a felon now because you don't have your rights.
That's
And
right.
so,
No, they
being
still
that,
have the right to vote, though.
well, I'm just saying two-way rights. I should clarify. I'm sorry, but
Yes.
you since there's so many different levels and things that I'll just speak for myself, don't understand about it, or scientists or whatever, you know, I'm I just think there's too many levels on it. It's not so black and white as to say, okay, you meet this, you don't have that access no more.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at with it as of now.
Most cases that I've been around, no, they should not have them.
I think if you're having suicidal thoughts and you've got them out and you're telling people about them, you're in therapy. See, there's people in
It's not
therapy.
that I'm talking about. They're not
They're
even.
gagged.
They're
The
not
therapist is
even
gagged.
there to their age level of thinking.
Yep. Like, listen, the biggest crooks in the world. Have y'all seen that? Speaking of autism, did y'all see the people in Minnesota with the autism daycares and stuff that the Somalians have opened up and they drew, and none of the kids were enrolled?
We should have done
Yeah.
that. We'd be all billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said $11 billion, guys.
Yeah, this is coming, and I think something came out also in Washington. Another guy I was talking, or I don't talk to, but I listen to. He's out of Washington, and him and his co-host or whatever was doing this. They're coming up where like these Somalians and immigrants are, getting this money scam, but it's also a big government scheme of laundering money inside this, and they're uncovering this. It goes even like these immigrants are just the fall guy. It actually goes above that, where in our government that they're using this stuff to launder money through.
Yep.
And that's what really blew my mind. The decoy is just like get these immigrants out, which, however you feel about that, but like they're just a scapegoat.
Yep.
They didn't just come over and just start doing this. They were bribed to do it.
Out. I mean,
you don't come over nothing and then just start this up.
I mean, they come from a third world country, guys.
Yeah, it's not like they just come over and start this up. I mean, I can't even save enough money to do whatever I want. It's just so much behind the curtain, such a Wizard of Oz effect.
Yep. Totally agree with that. It's, and I know we went from one extreme to the other, with the autism thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think hindsight's 2020. Autism is a bad thing. Any kind of mental illness is bad. I think you cannot take their gun rights because they have unless the mental defects retardation, guys, and they can't control it.
Yeah. That's I agree with that. If you're not able to act your age, or understand things at your age level, then they're probably not even thinking about guns. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Toddlers don't think about gun rights. You know what I mean?
No.
Or adolescents even.
What about the autism that they're in their 20s and they're just really smart with numbers, but they're not, as what you were saying, where they almost seem normal, but they use it as a disability, so they collect Social Security.
Yeah, and I think if my wife,
what's your opinion on that?
And
with
I
the
don't want to
2A?
reflect on my wife again with this. Okay, my wife was extremely, extremely book smart and intelligent. Okay, the common sense stuff she wasn't the greatest on. Okay, but like if you put a math problem in front of her, I mean, she was on the dean's list at a major University of Alabama here, and she had a presidential scholarship and made a perfect score the first time on her ACT out of high school, guys. Okay, those are the people usually that have the biggest mental problems, if y'all hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, like I know when I was in the Navy, like there was a little, it was kind of the same thing of like, you're so smart, you're stupid.
Yep.
But like that works. I'm not saying that was her, but like it also works in the same sense of like,
Yep.
Like after a certain level of intelligence, it becomes a fucking burden.
Exactly.
because you-
And I see it with
because
my
you're
daughter.
on-
Like my my daughter's not even 18 yet, and she just spent 20 grand on a home. But like, and she's smart as like she's got more college credits than she'll have a bachelor's of science before by the time she gets into college. Like,
Yeah.
but but like mentally, like, goddamn, what a
the
fuck,
smarter you are,
what
the
a
more
fucking
alone.
mess. Like, what a damn mess.
Yep.
Like, freaking.
I think being that intelligent could be a mental illness, guys, almost in a way. Because you think about it. I mean, they're not making logical everyday decisions, but they're making other decisions like in a classroom where certain people don't excel, but they get out and this blue collar worker is making all the right decisions. And you know what I'm saying?
Well, and then not even on the point of like mental illness, but like, I dated a girl for a little while whose brother was on the spectrum.
Yeah.
He was the only reason why he wasn't the full-blown manager of the bank was because he couldn't be trusted to lock up at night. But other than that, he ran the fucking branch.
Yep.
This motherfucker ran the branch. He was smarter than everybody there. Like, numbers were his shit. Like, like he ran the branch and he was good with people and everything, but it was just the off chance that, his tism kicked up at the wrong time. You can't run the risk of shutting down the branch like that. But that was the only reason why he wasn't, head dick washer at that branch. I mean, I don't know what they call it. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. And I see a lot of those things now have come, I think about those things, what y'all think about right there. She was too smart for her own good. And that's the way you can look at it. I mean, people,
was she one of those kids? Was
ahead.
she one of those kids in school that was in like accelerated classes or AP classes?
She was all in honors classes. Everything was like.
So those kids, from what I've lived and met and heard, those kids grow up under tremendous pressure to perform.
Yep.
No, they do. They really do. Like,
not just above the general, the regular curriculum, but they have to be the top of their class, and then they finally graduate from college and they've got a degree and they enter the workforce. And like you were saying, they work around all of us normies, that are just more than room temperature.
Yeah.
And the smarter you are,
my daughter's still doing the 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out of the door, when she could have done with high school already. She could have been done, but she's just not fucking. Yeah, and she's told me it freaking, she went through a lot. I mean, her whole life she went through private school and everything was accelerated. Like, it was a lot of fucking pressure.
Yeah.
She was raised by her freaking, I hate to use the, the I don't know what it's called, but the whole racial thing, but like my kids, my daughter's fucking full-blown Asian, she's freaking, and that's what she was raised by.
Yeah.
And it was freaking, the freaking grind, go, do, freaking, sport, all all advanced placement classes, plus taking extra, plus summer school, plus fucking never stopped, and it fucked her up.
Yeah. And see, my wife is so driven, guys, educational wise, that you don't see a lot of teachers that get their master's degree in their thing. Usually when you got your master's degree, you're going after management and a principal. You know what I'm saying? The bigger bucks. But she was just driven, and she was driven to the point that now that I look back on it, she was driven to the point to where she hurt herself. And
Or was it just that she learned she loved to learn, and that's where she got her passion to teach from, and that's
Yeah.
why she went to the extent that she did. Because you are right, like most people would not go that far without using it. Like a lot,
Yeah.
well, like 99% of people aren't going to do that extra steps without wanting to actually use it.
right.
But
And see,
it's because she really did have the passion for learning,
yep.
which helped develop and foster the passion for teaching.
Well,
Maybe
she loved that, just like you
Right.
just said. And when they had a big to do the next week after my wife passed at the school, or the funeral hadn't even started yet. You know, hadn't even, I mean, her body wasn't even back to the morgue yet, because they had to do autopsies and all that kind of stuff, guys. I mean, it's a rigmarole you have to go through, toxicology. But we went to the school, my sons and I did, because they had a eulogy for her, and 500 kids were there crying. And they would get up there and they'd talk about how that was her safe spot. You know what I'm saying? The kid's safe spot with my wife in her class. I gotta stop my dog, guys. I'm sorry. Stop. The fireworks are going off and she's upset.
yeah, the hotel, yeah, I don't give a fuck about upset. Yeah, the hotel right now, right down the road for me, just started going home.
But, you know, you can be too smart for your own good, guys. I agree with you there. It's a I have to have a learning experience from it, but it's a learning experience either way. But you know, just a bad situation, guys. It ain't gonna get any worse. You know, thank God. I hope. But mental illness is tough, guys. Mental illness is tough, and I didn't see it, and I wish my eyes would have been more open. But what else can I do? You know.
Yeah.
You know, what more
I'm
could I
sorry.
have done? I hit my knees and I pray every day, guys. You know, that's all I know how to do is just hit my knees and pray that God's going to intervene every day. Did I think it was in God's plan, guys, to do? I mean, God's supposed to know. I mean, we sit there and we read about how God knows the day we're going to die, knows how many hairs are on our head. He knows everything. It's already preordained in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? What we're doing, you know, and it's like, I wouldn't have had the money now to fix my truck if it wasn't for my wife's death, guys. I mean, my transmission just went out on my 5-year-old truck that I just now paid off.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's going to cost me $6,500 for a new transmission to go on that Ford. And I wouldn't have had the money to pay for it otherwise if this didn't happen. I just would have been at the house stranded while she went to work. Or I would have had to take her to work. Yeah, it's hard to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, as preppers, y'all would have found a way. But I understand what you're saying.
Yep. But the mental illness thing, guys, we can talk about it all day. I don't mind talking about it. And it doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm glad that this is a free place to talk, you know, that we can express the way we feel. So we can jump to another topic now if y'all want to. Or the same topic's fine. I'm off my soapbox now.
Eduardo said something in the chat a while back. He said we need more black pills, more red pills, not black pills. So let's switch it up and talk about something positive.
Yes, let's do. Guys.
Our patchwork estates, the laws may vary and the living conditions may vary, and our satisfaction with where we're physically at and professionally at and all that may lack.
Yep.
May differ, but we still won the lotto. We're American. There's not a better place to live.
Yep.
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
we
I
can.
know, I know they take those world surveys and they throw Switzerland and a couple other places up higher above the U.S. and then poo-poo at us.
Yep.
Maybe they're overall happier.
They ain't
Travel.
happier than us. Look at us. There's
Well,
nobody
let me
more
say
handsome than us right now.
And what we don't realize is how lucky we are to be citizens of the United States, guys, that we have all these things still. I mean, even though they've slowly taken them away and they keep taking them away, but if you go to Switzerland or places like that, do you see the public having a gun there? No, you can't have a gun there.
and we occupy infinitely more physical land than
Yep.
most of those places.
That's exactly right. Like you can own
Well,
500 acres if you want to, you know?
well, no, I
The
think
Europeans,
Switzerland's got the most legal uh, gun rights. You can have automatics and stuff there. Now they are like a real small country, and
they
they have to
it's
have.
not automatic. It's you get your service rifle when you get out, but they convert it. But I mean that's minutia. You know, it's not worth arguing over.
Right. I
But
mean, I
yeah,
agree with you
when
there.
you
But
get out or when you're uh the words failing me. When they say you're going to serve, damn it, or you're not going to be a citizen. What I'm trying to say. Not
yeah,
drafted, but
mandatory,
conscripted. When you're
mandatory.
conscripted,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
you know, like when you're home or whatever in that period of time, like you have your service rifle with you or whatever. But then when you get out, they give you the option to buy it if you want, and then you can have up to like a certain number, 100 rounds, you know, a couple hundred rounds or whatever with you. But they're
Well, I'm not too educated on it. I thought I'd
oh,
looked
and
it up before.
I'm not the foremost expert of foreign gun laws by any means, but you know, going back to Tism, if a fella had a flavor, it's guns for me.
Right.
That's why
No, I
people
mean,
ask me,
don't.
what else would you do? And it's like, at 34, almost 35, fuck, I don't know what else I would do. Like, I would like to make
Going.
more money, but I don't know what else I could do that I would be more satisfied. And that matters as much to me as the money.
Right. Right. Yeah. Going back to what you said. I mean, to make it positive. Yeah, we're in America, and that's a great thing. And there's a lot of things to fix here,
Yep.
and we should continue to fix and fight for our liberties and take them back. But all else, we need to really push to let everybody know we're not Republicans, we're not Democrats, we're Americans, and it's us against them. And
Yep.
that's when we're
Yep.
going to see definite change.
That's a
Because
good way to put it.
Continue to
we're, we're
raise.
we're tax cattle, and they don't want us not making that money to pocket their agendas and stuff.
Well, I
Most people
mean,
won't think of it.
Well, I mean, we can also continue to raise these generations in the ideals that we have, instill the values that we were instilled with, and teach them how to
Mhm.
be fucking halfway decent human beings and not pieces
That's
of shit.
right.
And that'll
That's
be
right.
very impactful because,
And
I
yes,
can't tell you how many times that I take my son out in public and they're like, "Holy crap!" Yup, like,
well,
yup,
yeah, you make an
that's how
example.
a child acts.
Don't
Like,
be
yup,
that
that's how
guy.
a child acts.
Look how he's treating that person. Don't do that. That's not how
Like,
we're
nope.
doing this.
Like, no, that's not how we're
And
doing this. It's not how we're doing
and
this.
a big thing for me is tolerance. To see someone different that has come over, or not even come over, but just grew up differently in a different
Right.
state, from the Pacific Northwest down to Florida, down in Okeechobee. The difference is there, but to teach tolerances and to say you're both Americans, you both agree on 90%. Don't let the 10%. Don't hate the 10%. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Don't let
That's
that
right.
little bit of 10% fuck up a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what this is for. You can talk about your 10%, but you don't sit there and because Joe Blow is whatever you don't agree with. Well, that doesn't make up Joe Blow,
That's
or I'll
right.
say Joe Citizen. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's well put. That's well put, brother.
I just think we're losing that, as just an overall, maybe not in an individual thing, but an overall, with our neighbors to the north and south, is tolerance. That's
Yeah.
American culture to me, is tolerance.
And that's where we're failing right now. And they have us
By
turned against
design
each
too.
other.
By
Yes,
design.
by design, absolutely. And we're failing as a country. But guess what? We still have the best country in the world right now because we're not China.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. And everybody
until
wants to come here.
yes, until we get like somewhere like China, uh, that right there will change at that point, I think. And I think that we will have to, if we got to that point, I think people would stand up. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, hopefully come together and stand up. That's the main thing, is to
exactly.
come together and be like, this is
Yes,
unacceptable. We're not arguing with each other no more. We're
that's
arguing with
right.
you.
That's
You
exactly
know.
right. Uh, you know, I've stressed to, y'all know Tin Man Metal, him and I talk every day. And the thing that gets brought up most in the conversation, especially in his uh, signal room, is that when is enough? You know, when does a country like us get to a breaking point? You know what I mean?
Well, I believe when it's not so, we have a drive-through society
Yep.
where we want it now, we want it hot, and we want it fresh.
Yep.
Fresh as McDonald's can be.
That's right.
And until that goes away, it's the comfortable and convenience of everything. You order your movie on TV, you can have it delivered right to your door. When the convenience goes away, then you'll have,
Yep.
I don't know if that, first it'll be not everybody be fighting amongst each other, but then after that, I think people will kind of come together and
Yes.
demand liberty. But at first
And,
it won't. But
and that may be too late then. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's the scary part of it. Maybe that'll be too late at that point, and we're just another third world country that
But then again,
abide
maybe,
and comply.
but then again, maybe
Obey
not.
and comply.
Maybe people will come together more first and see. Maybe I'm kind of getting black pilled on that, but
No, no, it's the truth. And when you're scared to talk about the truth, is the red and the black pill's okay, and people can talk about how they don't swallow either one of those pills, but they got to be talked about. That's just sticking your head in the sand, isn't it?
yeah.
Old man
Uh,
Bowrinkle's
I
asked
think
in the
overall,
chat, how do you red pill someone who only believes what the MSM tells them?
Yep.
yeah, I think that could go any which way. How do you, whatever pill you're taking, I mean, our media is fucked. No matter where you're
Yep.
getting it from, you can, from one person to call out MSN or Fox News or whatever. I mean, it's the same. It's owned by the same person.
Mainstream media.
It's all
Yeah.
junk. Like I listen to what regular people that have no agenda. Like, I'm not talking about your who's the freaking guys. I don't even know their damn names, but that have an agenda to push, and they're not a news anchor, but they have their own podcast and they're fighting for some team. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
off of. If you're fighting for a
Yeah.
team, then you're swaying the narrative,
Yeah.
and
That's
it
exactly
may
right.
be half truths. So I listen a little bit of everything, but I try to get what the regular person's saying. Now, I don't agree with everything, but I take bits of here and there, and there's truth somewhere in the middle, and just
Yep.
try to make my own opinion.
It's like I
Because
tell
no
my
one knows
kids.
no more than
Yeah,
anybody else.
you pull a little bit from both sides, and you
Yeah.
have half a brain enough to be able to formulate your own opinion, and that's the way that information gathering is supposed to work.
Yep.
You know,
I
before the
tell.
whole before the whole no child left behind bullshit, like
Mhm.
that's what fucking ruined it too for a lot of these freaking up and comings, like the one like from my age and down. Like they literally were not taught on how to critically think.
That's right.
Like with no child left behind, like if we were literally like they were just teaching us on how to pass a fucking test instead of critically thinking and getting to an answer. Like it drives my wife nuts. Like if you ask me what's 8 times 3, I never memorized memorized like the fucking times table. But you know how I
Right.
get to the answer? I go 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. My answer's correct. I may not have got there the way that you like it, but I can critically
You
think
got
enough to
there.
get the fucking correct answer.
That's exactly right. Where back in the day, I'm of the older crew here apparently, so we memorized our timetables. But you're right. It's you got there. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting to there is the main point of anything. So
Yeah,
whatever
definitely,
topic you're
definitely.
on, like I tell my boys, if you can take 10% of what I've taught you and tell you and life lessons that I've learned and apply them to your own, you're going to be successful.
You're going to figure it out.
Exactly right. You ain't got to think like me.
Yeah. If you
But
can take 10% of the life lessons that I've already learned,
mhm,
like even though I'm giving you all this information, but if you just take 10% of it and at your age be able to make it make sense in your brain and listen to it and heed it,
yep,
you're gonna be 75% ahead of everybody your age because you fucking
Well,
listen.
that's right.
and utilize those lessons, not because what you learned 30 years ago before I had you. Now you have to take those in today's time and use those lessons
No,
and manipulate
that's not 100% true though, because
and use those today.
most lessons are still the same shit over and over. Like because I can tell you this right now, like there were times where like my parents like they could obviously tell like okay like you got the whatever bullshit like yeah sure mom sure dad thing going on in your head right now. And I used to think the same shit when I was your age. And guess what? Now that I'm raising 2 freaking younger children, I can see it. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Like,
Biting you in the ass now.
son of a bitch.
Yep,
Like, you just hope that you spit 100% of information at them and hope that they grab 10% of it.
yep. It's like my dad telling me, when I was younger, if I would have listened to more what my dad said, maybe I may have turned out to even be a better human being.
And it's crazy that when they were telling us that oh you don't believe I know that you don't believe me or that you think it doesn't apply because times are different or whatever, like
Hmm.
they were still fucking right. They were still
Exactly
fucking
right.
right
They
because
were.
even that shitty ass motherfucker that hanged around with you in that group of friends, and you now when you look back at it and you're like, yeah, mom or dad used to look at him and like I know what that look was. That look was that kid ain't gonna fucking make it.
Yep.
And were they fucking right? They were damn sure right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Like you take those 10% that stuck and then you use those in today's time as a critical thinking. And I'm not saying they're not relevant. I'm saying they are relevant, but you look at it and solve today's problems with those. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? In a way.
I didn't mean.
Okay,
I
I get
hope.
what you're saying.
I hope. You know. I hope there was a question about the autism thing. I hope when I ranted on that I didn't scare the other participant off that talked about it. You know what I'm saying? That brought it up. So if I scared him off, my apologies, guys.
I know I'm switching topics on y'all,
Go ahead.
but
Let's hit it.
I'm a squirrel, and right now I'm a mildly inebriated squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
I
You're
can tell
squirrel,
you
you
in
nut.
my personal experience, I think one of my great personal defects comes from an experience in the fourth grade So in Arkansas, in the 4th grade, towards the end of the school year, all of the students make a trip to Little Rock to see the state capitol building. And another kid and I, a few days before that trip was scheduled, were left, like the desks are divided into like groups. They weren't individual desks, they were like group tables.
Right.
We were joking about having a food fight on the bus. And the first time the teacher told me to be quiet, stop laughing. What's so funny? And I said nothing, and then he kept going. And he was kind of a class clown. I wasn't, but you could accuse me in elementary school of being a social butterfly. Like I wasn't popular, but I enjoyed conversation.
Yeah.
And so I laughed again. So the second time she asked, what's so funny? And I said, so-and-so said Pepsi grenade. Well, this was just a couple years after the school shooting in Arkansas.
Right.
So she literally, and this woman wasn't old, so it's not like this was old school teacher. This lady was probably old enough to be our mom, but not much more. Maybe 40, maybe.
Yeah.
She literally drug us by our ears down to the office and gave them what we had said and set us aside. And then the school resource officer, which was a new implementation at that point, that's commonplace now, but that was very new then.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, whose son was the same age as us, well, his two sons, son and stepson, something, I forget the relation, one of which was definitely a bully. So there was an issue in that home too. But he interrogated the two of us together and individually. And then before our parents got there, told me, the only reason I'm not taking you to jail is because you're not 10 yet.
Mm.
So if that doesn't explain a whole lot of why I am such a rule follower, I don't know what else could. But I mean, he interrogated us till I was in tears. And now
there's nothing wrong with being a rule follower, brother.
Absolutely.
Well, I know. I mean, I want to live within, and I don't agree with all the rules, but I want to live inside the social the social contract. But I also know fiercely, as an adult and as a parent now, I'd own that man's ass if he did that to my child.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he violated the law, questioning us without our parents, let alone an attorney present. We were minors.
Oh man,
It was a complete misunderstanding. We were talking about a food fight. They way blew it out of proportion. There was nothing to suggest that we had any ill intent. That it was two fourth graders joking about having a food fight on the school bus.
Good God.
And evidently they went so far, so they suspended us for the rest of the day, and then the ultimate punishment was we spent like 4 days in school suspension, where we had to sit in the office and do our little cubicles. And then I think the day that our classes went to the Capitol, I sat in with a second grade class and graded second grader paperwork. Right. It was just kind of a formality. But I know that left a indelible mark on me. I realized how I hate being misunderstood, and I think that if that wasn't already a character trait, that came out of that, like a great fear of being misunderstood. Like I'm completely willing to own what I do or say, but I hate being misunderstood.
Right.
And that's what that was. That was a huge misunderstanding. The other kid, I haven't kept up with him since high school. He was kind of a bully too. He actually had picked on me in previous grades. So that was really weird that in that moment he and I like joked or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe that's why I led into that, because it was like, hey, he's not picking on me. But that, and I'm only opening up about this because I've had a few and we were talking about mental health, and if you can't talk about it, then it rots you. So I'm just while I'm in a place surrounded by peers, I think it fucked me up. I mean, just to be honest,
At least you're open to talk about it, brother.
I think that broke a part of me because my grandfather, the one that didn't, I've talked about him before. I don't know how much you all have retained of that. I kind of don't have a whole lot of exciting stuff to talk about, but the one that dropped out in like the 4th grade, so he wasn't literate, but he was a good guy. He picked me up from school, and I forget exactly what he said. Besides, I think he said something to the effect of, "Your parents are upset," and then he took me home, and I didn't realize like how much, how in trouble I was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think my parents understood how misunderstood I was. But evidently, talking to my mom about it later in life, evidently they like investigated us, the two of us, like they interrogated our parents, questioned our parents, and then verified to see if we had any collaboration outside of school. I mean, they were looking to see if we were making like pipe bombs and shit.
You know,
And I mean, we explained to the teacher before she ever drug us down to the office. We were talking like I said, Pepsi grenade, and that's what set her off. And I literally all I meant was like you shake a can of soda and then pop the tab and toss it. And I don't know how the hell. And I know they've got to treat everything as serious because you can't risk a whole class of
Lucky they
students.
didn't try to slap on terroristic threatening.
yeah.
Well,
like
I mean,
they would do that now.
I know.
Ask me how I know.
But that was just completely blown out of proportion. You know, when you graduate, they give you your whole school transcript. You know, it's a manila folder that's 2 inches thick with everything, all your passing grades, your shot records, any accolades, any pink slips, any of that stuff. You pick that stuff up when you get your diploma. And I remember scouring through that, looking to see what was earmarked. And there wasn't anything in there. And I thought, why fuck up somebody's life so much over something that didn't even matter to record it?
And back when it's like what you're saying. It's like your innocence was coming out as a child, but you were punished for it.
When I found out that you say innocence and that sparks kind of a phrase, I found out in that moment, at least until you have a court date, you're really guilty until you're proven innocent.
Yep.
And that's why I appreciate the good police officers. And I know there's an argument to be made that all cops are bad, and I'm not speaking ill of your brother. That's not my intention.
No, I get it.
I personally know lots of good police officers. I also know some that are willing to blur the lines to yield results.
They're willing to blur the lines to yield the results that make them look like they're doing their fucking job, which is not their job. Their job is to do their job, not to make it look like they're doing their job.
But what I'm saying is I don't agree with all of the part of their job, is what I'm saying. Like I couldn't be a police officer because I couldn't look a single mom.
Well, yeah, like
I couldn't.
I've
Let me
worked
finish,
with
Justin,
and everything, and I'm telling you, like, you're literally, I to say it asshole-ish, like you're literally trained on how to freaking, to make the other guy fucking lose. Like you're trained in it.
Yep.
Like,
You're there to manipulate conversation to get people to incriminate themselves. Yeah, I couldn't. Just not even getting into the yucky stuff, but I couldn't be a police officer and write a taillight citation to a single mom doing the best she can, and she's just not had a chance to get to payday to go buy a bulb. I have a friend that he was an E5 in the Arkansas National Guard, working a chicken plant, has his own house. He got on with a small city local to us, went through police academy, didn't make it through probably the first month of his on-the-job training. The phrase is failing me right now. Where you ride around with like a field training officer or whatever.
Yeah, it's your first year. You got to do ride along.
Yeah. He resigned because that was literally the scenario. Was he pulled over a lady that had been pulled over once before, and they told him you have to write the citation, and he turned in his resignation, and that meant that he had to pay back like $4,000 or $5,000 for his police academy. But he went back to working at the chicken plant because the man stands on his foundations.
Principles.
And that's a salt of the earth human, because I couldn't, like I understand that the cops do superhero shit, like they run into harm's way to help people, but constitutionally they've been found that they don't have to. And I've had that argument with some other people on live chats before. I've had that argument with other police officers that I know. I know a guy that's killed a man in his own home. It was a domestic dispute. The wife called the police, and he was actually within his first year too, so he had a sergeant with him, like in the same vehicle. And the sergeant fucked up and broke protocol. They were supposed to separate the two parties, of course, but really, ideally, you want to get them both out of the home where they can't just retrieve an item on you.
Yep.
But the guy was pretty irate. He's like, "No, this is my goddamn house. She's not taking it from me." Like, and we could all put ourselves in that position. Like if you've worked your whole fucking life and it was your house before you got married, and then now she wants a divorce, so she's gonna fuck you and take you for everything. I can understand that, and that's what makes this even more heartbreaking scenario. But he was out on the porch with the wife while the sergeant was trying to talk some sense into the man, which probably was along the lines of, "Hey, I understand this is a shitty situation. Let's pack a bag and have you go for the night. Like, we'll escort you to a hotel or something. Like you're just trying to separate the party so nothing worse escalates." Well, the guy pulled a Houdini and produced two pistols out of a recliner, and the sergeant was able to radio up like, "Hey, help me," like he's got a gun or something. I don't know what the verbiage was exactly. I wasn't there. And like leaning over and looking through the storm door was like, "Oh shit." And he drew his gun and shot the guy like 4 times. The guy drops to his knees and then went to reach for one of the pistols again, shot him 4 more times. Like dead right there, white sheet, fucking dead. And it fractured that, like his identity has shifted because he's killed a man. Like the dude went from being a homeschooled fucking nerdy dude to like he's got 2 arm tats now and he works undercover and his ears are pierced and shit. I'm not gonna say anymore because in case somebody that knows me in real life, I don't want to dox the guy because he works undercover now.
Mm-hmm.
But he comes from good ilk. He comes from a good family. Sold him a bunch of guns over the years, him and his family and his dad and everybody. But I know that broke him. And I have trailed way off of what I was talking about. Shit, sorry guys.
Good.
I was going to say, without ruining somebody's OPSEC.
He was one of the ones that I had the argument over before this occurred. This event occurred about that he had no obligation. He's like, dude, it's literally the job title. Like it's to serve and protect. And I was like, no, the Supreme Court has affirmed you don't have to like put your person in danger to protect other people. Like that expectation is removed. That's why none of the cars say serve and protect anymore.
Yeah, the expectation of is.
I mean, that's what we would hope you would do, but you're legally not obligated to do that. And that was all to get back on that. I know there are police officers that do.
Okay, but
But I couldn't be a cop for all the bad stuff.
But as a tax-paying citizen, if 99% of us are under the assumption that when there's gunfire and we're paying these guys out of our taxes, like their job title is to run toward the gunfire or run toward the fire as a firefighter, like that's their fucking job, bro. That's at the end of the day, that's your fucking job.
My great grandfather that I never met was the state fire marshal. That's not the word, but I don't know. The head motherfucker in charge when it comes to fire stuff. I didn't get to meet him. That's a whole nother story. I'll tell you all that sometime back chat. He scared the shit out of my mom and her siblings. All those old black and white fire training videos about don't leave your Christmas tree plugged in and shit. There's nobody on my mother's side that will go to sleep with a Christmas tree plugged in, and they won't run a laundry machine when they're not home.
That's made the laundry machine thing. My wife
Dryers.
barked at that.
Yeah, they're all terrified of anything that could cause like an electrical fire or something. They're
Yeah.
all terrified because he scared the shit out of them as kids. Like he played all those films that they show
Yep.
at Fire Academy, all them old black and white films, the houses full involved. He played all that stuff for them as a kid. Of course, he was, to be honest, from everything that my mom was related, he was a functioning alcoholic, which you'd almost have to be. I mean, you think about old hard-boiled firefighter, from the 40s, 50s, 60s, like you'd be pretty fucked up because they didn't have the modern medicine that we have now.
Speaking of
Yeah.
fire and fire safety, I know
So-
you're a little bit younger than me, right? Lawfully, like, did you guys have the little like trailer that came to your school, and then
Yep.
like they pumped in the fucking like the little fake smoke and like
Yep.
you got to
They
practice
taught you to
on
get
how
low.
get out of a house fire?
Yep, and they taught you to get low and
I
Bear crawl.
completely forgot
smell
that
like
that shit
waffles.
existed, and now that I'm older, I think back on it, I'm like, that shit was wild. But I mean, hey, I'm glad that they taught us that shit. Like,
Yeah.
But
It's kind of like the tornado thing at a school. You're taught to get low and crouch in the hall. Like we did tornado drills.
Yep.
well, what was a lot more effective than what they were
Yeah.
teaching those damn
Good old-
boomers about hiding under their desk from a fucking nuclear bomb.
Yep.
And see, and that's government deception. That was a hey, we're going to train you a response to something that will make no difference, but we taught you it makes you feel better.
It started with the
Okay, I
nuclear
agree with
bomb thing and underneath your desk, and then it went from tornadoes and how to crouch down the hallway, and now they've gone to barricade your doors because there's a shooter in your school. Y'all notice that?
I don't know. The first tornado warning I was ever in, I had to ask what the fuck to do because I wasn't trained in it as a kid because we didn't have them.
See, here in Alabama, we're trained on that. Like when I was young, it was about the tornadoes. You know what I'm talking about? And we'd have tornado drills.
Yeah, but
And
like,
now my wife, when she was in school, they trained for shooter drills. They didn't have the tornado drills as much, but they had the shooter drills.
but I mean, like, so like how I didn't have the tornado drills, but like I could tell you this, like if I was on a rock in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and I felt the ground shake a certain amount, I knew exactly how long I had to get to a certain elevation without fucking getting hit by water.
Yep.
But some guy in the Midwest that knows about tornadoes probably don't know that.
That's exactly right.
How you grew up. But damn, being an adult during my first tornado warning was like, oh shit. Like I defaulted to my son was 6 months old, and so I put him in his car seat and I took a ratchet strap and I fucking ratchet strapped him to the toilet.
Yeah.
Because I didn't fucking know what to do.
Well, yeah, it's kind of wild in different parts of the country how they do things like that. We taught different things. Like you said, out west, they're more into like tornadoes, and then in the big cities, they're more out how not to get shot.
And with all of it, it's at least you did something, I mean, tornado comes down your house, that might be it. But then again, it's better than just sitting on your couch, not
That's
doing
exactly
anything.
right. That's exactly
So,
right.
At least it teaches you to do something, and you may come out, you may not, but at least you tried, whether you're in school, at least they taught you to, maybe not with a nuke, that was kind of dumb, but, with the tornado coming to school, it taught you to, get under your desk or protect your head and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
At least it's just about trying, and protecting, maybe installing that sense of try to protect yourself, not just panic, not just run around in circles, you know.
Yeah, the only thing I had to go off of was, you remember that scene in Twister when they went into the shed and they basically zip tied themselves to the pipe. Yeah, that's where I got the ratchet strap in the car seat idea from.
Well, that's not a movie. That's not a movie. That's not a movie. That's a documentary.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna run. My dog's about to go nuts because all these fireworks, and I gotta get her calmed down. I want to tell you, thank you for having me again, Lawfully.
You're welcome anytime. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, and it's been a
Yeah,
pleasure.
nice talking to you.
It's very nice talking to you. It's been a very, very good pleasure to talk to you guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy
I know
New
that
Year,
this
guys.
year's not been
Happy
the
New
best,
Year.
but I hope that we all make the most of the next one.
That's right.
See you next time, brother.
See y'all next time, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Fiend Dog, you've been quiet for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. Jersey or no Jersey. We wish you well too.
Fiend Dog's hydrating right now.
Hey, asshole. Hey,
I'm waiting for my turn to take a piss.
you did it?
What, are you ending the live right now?
What?
No. Well, we'll keep it going. We still got Eduardo watching. We gotta keep him entertained. Which, by the way,
I figured
Eduardo,
we still got 2 hours to New Year's. I thought we were going to do it.
we're doing it, baby. I got my phone on the charger. It's slowly trickling back up.
You
Oh, and
broke
I'm not even
Yeah, I got to
drunk.
put my phone on the charger myself. I'm sorry. I was dealing with my old lady, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Well, I'm not even drunk yet, and I got my buddy on his way with the next couple of 12 packs. So
could have fooled me.
I'm not even slurring yet. Think I'll be
bad
good.
girl.
TMT said something, but I didn't get the English out of that. I'm a for a little
I'm
even.
a little bit there. Well, I'm gonna go here for a little bit.
I don't know if that means that he's getting on here or that he's leaving and he'll come back. I'm not sure what that
He's in the backstage.
Fuck you.
TMT is.
Yeah.
No, he's
Not
not.
that I see.
He said he was on the stage.
No, he's
Well,
not.
if he try again. He'll try again. I'll add him. I got away from my phone for a second.
You scared? You scared?
Yeah, hey, lawfully, rename your chat to Breaking in the New Year chat.
Me?
If we're gonna run
Okay.
it till midnight Eastern, change your stream name.
I don't want to. I like burning the ships because there's no going back. It doesn't make a fuck what last year was. It's all about next year.
All right, makes sense. Make good sense.
Whatever it is, we're going to be better. We're going to do better. We're going to grow. We're going to discover ourselves. We're going to explore new horizons. There's no going back. We're living this life till the wheels fall off. Oh, we got a TNT on deck.
Oh, he's
Don't
on
ever doubt
something.
me again,
He's
boy.
on something. That's for sure.
He found a break in the libations to join us.
Sorry, I
You got
kicked
him.
myself out before.
It happens. You get them sticky fingers. And
Little Muffin Top is back.
It's
Good for
only
him.
it's only a problem when you kick yourself out of the chat and you're the one running the chat and you can't figure out how to fucking get back in before your phone dies to end it.
Yeah, I have that problem.
I've done
Hey,
that like
listen
3
here,
times.
y'all. Nobody be doubting the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man's having a heck of a time putting Junior down for bed, okay?
Okay.
Mine was
Do you-
down at 7:30. That means he's gonna wake up at 5 o'clock like an asshole. So yeah,
We did have a pretty serious chat before.
Like an asshole. First off, that's the normal time we get up as a family to go to work, okay? That's our schedule.
Yeah, I'm up every morning at 4 a.m.
Fuck that. 7 o'clock. I'm
4 a.m. is
I reworked their sleep pattern.
4 a.m. is
You get up
is
with the
normal
sun.
to get up every morning in America. 4 a.m.
It's winter time right now. There ain't no need to be up that early. Now, if the sun came
I
up
have to go to
early-
work.
I live in town.
Well, I live at my work.
Second off, we need to get back on the serious topic for a second. That was a great chat, and I wish I could have participated. There was a lot of good stuff brought up, but we all need to be here for each other. We need to live our best life, and then we need to do everything we can to make our community as positive as possible, because there's so much dark, evil shit fighting us, guys, that our little big lighter in the light, in the windstorm, in the tornado, we might be the only light around for somebody to look at. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Very true.
Continue. You're making good points. Continue, TMT. While
I
you're
didn't want to get all uppity and get everybody crying and shit, but I had to grab my water so I can come down and link it to my computer, because
okay.
we gonna do a chat till midnight, baby. Midnight Central Time.
You want to switch over to TMT's chat? We gonna move over there.
I don't care. I can do it wherever. We might get some
I
more
wanna-
people.
I was gonna say we'll get more. We'll pitch more
I would
flies
say
with
change
honey
it up.
over on yours.
I do. I
Everybody
did
here
just
watching
get
me will
membership
watch
in,
you.
Mamba. That's true.
So, do you want to explain that? Because I was really confused by what you put in your Discord. So, like, did you get the?
I just got like the members and the super chat and stuff unlocked, and I got one symbol on there because I have to go redo all my symbols somehow. It won't tell me how or why.
What symbols do you mean?
Like if you're a member, you'll be able to put in
Badges.
for now.
Badges is what he's talking about. His badges.
Yeah, so like my muffin or my Kipper gang, like all my images.
Mhm.
Apparently, I have to figure out a way to edit them, but there's nothing to tell me how or why or whatever.
It's probably the
Yeah,
size.
there's not even like a drag box, so that way I can format it to how they like it.
It's the
I
size
don't know,
of
it's
the
fucking
format.
cool.
Coldfoot can figure it out. It's the size of the format. That's what.
Coldfoot came over to look at it, and he's like, "What in the fuck does that even mean?" So I might be in trouble.
No, there is an optimal size.
Can y'all
There is
hear
an
that?
optimal size
It's
and
me
like
pissing
frame.
off the porch.
There's
I
an
live in town.
optimal size and frame, and like
Yeah, it just says 1-to-1. It's like 1-to-1 what?
Yeah.
They're all three different sizes. Yeah, but they're all three like three of them are chat like automated ones. Oh, I got a bunch of messages from people. Oh, I should do this on chat. Fucking Lawfully's blowing me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to do a walking chat?" And I was watching the bowl game at my mother-in-law's, who's like an hour away, and he's like, "So you're gonna be there all night?" And I'm like, "Well, fuck, I'm on the drive now." And then Junior wanted to stay up till fucking forever.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to get clarification. 'Cause
I
if it was like a no, I'm preoccupied right now, but in an hour or two I'll be free, then I would have waited till then. You want to provide
Yeah.
clarification?
I never have a go time because it always depends on Junior.
Well, I mean, New Year's Eve only happens once a year, so that's the only reason I was trying to get clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah, TMT, it's once a year. That's it, brother.
I didn't know how long the bowl game was going to go. Okay, I don't know shit about football. I just played it to smack
60
people.
minutes. It's 60
that's
minutes plus
basketball.
timeouts and all that.
No, it's Nebraska, Super Bowl, whatever game.
Nebraska sucks.
We got our asses beat, by the way. But fuck you, I live here. That's like saying you hate Jersey. You suck Jersey's dick.
You're the Corn Huskers up there.
Yeah. I'll husk you, baby.
And we need them those corn custers. We need
Yeah,
those
the biggest.
corn huskers. God damn, can't
You're drunk.
The biggest, I guess, here in Jersey, the biggest college football team would be the Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights.
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, the Scarlet Knights will fucking cut your Corn Huskers heads off.
No, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna husk your scrode, bro. What are you talking about?
It sounds kind of sexual.
No, for real. The
Sexual. Where?
Nebraska will whoop the shit out of the Rutgers, but
Yeah, you guys had good topics. I was listening for like the last hour, trying to put the boy down.
there were
Dude,
some
I
hard
washed my
topics
ass
right
and
there
came
we
back.
talked about.
Although I was trying to get you and Justin B off the topic, it was driving me fucking nuts, and nobody was reading the chat. Waffly was apparently jacking it in the shower.
Oh, you already know when me and Fiend
I didn't
Dog
do
start
such a
getting in,
thing.
You already know when me and Fiend Dog start going. If there ain't nobody there to stop us, it's
I know. I was trying desperately.
I can't
was like,
see
oh,
what you're
damn it.
writing because I'm in the StreamYard here.
me and Fiend Dog went for like 2
Yes, you
hours.
can.
in the Discord
You can look
chat
at the fucking chat.
Me and Fiend Dog went for like 2 hours in the Discord chat one night afterwards. Freaking just not stop. Freaking don't
How
get
do
us
you look at the
started.
chat?
We click the fucking thing that says chat.
It just
Duh.
takes me to the back chat.
No, you need to look at the live chat and then the back. There's 2 different chats. Are you on a computer or phone?
I'm on my phone.
Oh yeah, that might be why.
Hey, TMT.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me sideways.
I
I'm
was
eating the
telling,
cinnamon roll. It's so good.
I was telling Pat Wright earlier, like, not trying to brag or dox myself, but I have fucking enough ammo.
Nah. Give me
I
some.
moved so much. I moved so much
Oh,
ammo
wait, I
today.
figured it
and I
out.
still have the like, oh shit, it's popping off ammo here at the duplex. I
Mhm.
moved so much shit today. I don't need any more ammo. Like I need to fill out other aspects of my life. I have enough ammo.
Glad that you come to realize that. Because think about that. If that was
My
go
fucking-
time and you had to move it all,
Oh,
rough, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could have done it. I could, like, if you'd put me on a time clock, I'd have been quicker. I was just casually talking to him and loading it all up.
Right?
You got to go to the back chat and then you scroll over to comments and then it gives you the
Hey,
chat.
I thought we were switching over to TMT's chat.
No, I'm
Are we?
lining it up. I might have to go take a dump real quick. I had to take a shit for like the last
Thanks
2
for
hours and I've been
sharing.
listening to you idiots.
Oh, now we're fucking idiots, huh? You homo.
Oh, I
In
resemble
the
that
best
remark.
way. In the best way. Don't worry, Groundbird. You're going to get a link too, buddy.
I'm just quoting Three Stooges. Anybody a Three Stooges fan?
No, I just see
Yeah.
the black
Yeah.
and white ones there.
Larry, Curly, and Moe.
That's the only ones.
Womp,
And
womp, womp,
Shemp.
Black and white ones.
Yeah,
Shemp was the
Shemp.
original.
Shamp is an OG. I do like Shamp. I seen a thing
So
on
what's-
him. He was like a really good dude as a
He had a
was not
stage fright.
Are you guys
Sounds
ready?
like-
Well, I can do it on my channel.
He had stage fright. He couldn't do it anymore. That's why they replaced him with his brother Curly.
maybe I don't know because he came back after Curly. He did other move. He was like a bigger actor.
I just
in other
remember
movies
reading
and
that he had a stage fright.
Maybe so. I don't know because I know he was in a lot more other movies than just the Three Stooges. He was actually like went on past the what were they
Mhm.
not was it Bonneville or something? I don't know.
They all died what in the 60s and 70s, right?
Well, Curly died early, and then Moe and Larry died in 60s.
The best skit is the Western skit where they get into the shootout with a guy and they're behind the tombstones that are made out with their names on them.
Yeah,
I only vaguely remember it, but I watched.
Holy
That
shit.
was one thing that my like very old grandparents had on cassette was all the old like grandma at some point in time ordered all the like
You could do it.
Three Stooges collection. So the once in a while that I would spend the night with them, like they would put that on and I'd watch cassette after cassette or VHS after VHS of the
VHS,
Three
baby.
Stooges.
The best.
yeah. That's pretty
Grit
much
and
what I
Grace
was
says,
raised.
"Hey y'all, good evening, Grit and Grace."
I was raised up on Three Stooges and Tales from the Crypt, so that kind of explains my mentality.
Well,
I
those
was
are
raised up on
diverse
Walker,
for
Texas
folks.
Ranger.
I watched all
yeah,
those.
yeah. I
And
Walker,
watched. I
Tom and
Texas
still
Jerry.
watch that
Rangers,
shit.
But you
Tales
don't
from the
drive
Crypt.
But you don't drive a Ford F-150 with KC lights and a roll bar.
Listen here, that was a
See,
Dodge single cab with a roll bar, you twat Ranger.
it was
And you
not.
don't carry a
It was a
1911.
silver
Oh
F-150.
my god, I'm Googling it right now. Yeah, it's not a silver F-150, it's a fucking Dodge.
It was a
Because my
Dodge he
grandpa
had.
every day was like, why is he driving such a
It was
gay
a
truck?
Dodge. It was a Dodge 1500 he had.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't drive that.
Walker, Texas Ranger. No, I'm not gay.
You're Gary
I'm
the Gay.
sorry.
That's why.
I'm
You
here. I'm
you don't
here.
have Chuck
Whoa,
Norris.
look, Walker,
All right,
95
you're right.
Ram 1500. Boom!
All right, I googled it. You're right.
I also don't roll
Fine.
around with some black dude named Trevez either, but you know.
That's a fucking cool name.
That's a cool name. Nobody would be like that here.
And then you couldn't have a better bartender than Wilford Brimley. He's fucking serving up diabetes and whiskey. I don't
That's
even
like my
fucking
two
like.
favorite things.
I don't even like whiskey. Fucking whiskey's nasty. And all you people that act like it's good are fucking lying to yourselves.
No way, man. Whiskey's good.
I'd
Yeah,
rather lick
Whiskey
an
and
asshole.
rum. I'm not big on scotch, but I like me some whiskey and some rum.
I'd rather lick an asshole. At least there's a happy ending to that.
Okay, come over, buddy. We got you.
there's plenty of opinions and assholes out there. That's for sure.
Yep.
Mhm.
Everybody's got one.
Did you see where Jim Beam is
Jinx.
closing one of their factories down for a year?
No.
I did see
Why'd
that.
they run out of barrels?
No, I think they're
Nah.
having issues with material.
Yeah, it's something to do
Eduardo
with material.
Eduardo Espinoza in the chat says kombucha gang. No, you need to get on that Kipper gang.
Hashtag Kipper Squad. Hell yeah.
Dude, I've been wearing out everybody at work. I'm trying to convert everybody. I can't even get them to pop the seal. I'm like, I
Are
promise.
you serious?
Yeah, I'm like, I promise. I know you crack
Bring him
the
that
seal.
kitten dip.
Man, I'm not fucking doing that. But like, if they can't be man enough to crack the seal, I can't do anything for them. I'm like, I promise. You break the seal, it smells like cat food, but you drain the water off, and it doesn't taste like that. It doesn't.
I don't smell like cat. I like the. You know what? I'm gonna be the. You ready for the fattest thing? I like to drink the brine.
What, out of cat food? What the fuck is wrong
Fuck,
with
you're
you? Crazy?
nasty.
No, and the fucking Kippers, man. It's just salt smoky brine, man. I just like it. It's that oily shit.
Oh, you know, all right. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about cat food.
No,
I thought
I'm
you were a
saying
little
that
weird.
it smells like cat food.
I thought TMT was about to be a
Wow.
psychopath.
We about to go live. Little Red Hen just dropped a $4.99 super sticker. Shit, I ain't even started the chat yet.
All right, everybody, jump
Now I
over
feel
to
bad.
Tactical. Well, shut the fuck up so I can promote you.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we
Everybody,
gotta jump to his live
we're
now
gonna-
instead of yours.
You got an invite, homie.
All
Yes.
right.
we're gonna shut this one down at 3 minutes or 3 hours and 20 minutes. We're gonna go to Tactical Muffin Top, who really matters, and we're gonna get those likes, shares, and subs up for him, so we can push him over that 1,000-yard subscriber yard line and
Yeah,
break
that
into
YouTube fucks
2026
everybody on.
with unfettered.
And then I can drag
purity.
Lawfully up there with me. It's gonna take 2
I
years. to see me.
don't give a fuck. I'm happy being your Robin.
Oh, man.
I want to put out some better gun content, but I'm
I do
completely
too.
fine with just riding second coat to you. I'll play second fiddle.
No, I got an announcement on my stream for that, by the way.
He's homosexual.
Oh, shit. Don't ruin it.
I knew it. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year if you don't follow us. But you ought to follow us over. We're gonna raid TMT's live chat. This is Lawfully Armed reminding you to stay hydrated, below your caloric intake. Kiss your loved ones. Keep that thing on you. Happy New Year.
Thank y'all.